Ooh. What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is Astral Dusk, Session 12. Brought to you by NPR. No, I'm kidding.
No, brought to you by...
Brought to you by MissyMountainGaming.com. That's right. Well, we'll get to that in a second. First, I need to introduce the players. This is Session 12. This is a pre-tape. We haven't actually left the house since Session 11, but
You
Brian
left the house.
is in Abu Dhabi.
This is gonna be a great game, gang.
He's playing Scooby-Doo and Doobity. Wow, I'm so dyslexic.
He's gonna be in Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
And so we're getting this recorded in pre-Abu Dhabi times so that we can not miss a week. So let's go around the table. Let's introduce ourselves.
Sup, Rob Russo.music.
Oh, that was quick. The Brian Kling. Fucking.
Wow, that was quick.
Claris Polaris.
That was less quick.
Hello, beautiful, wonderful people.
That was sexy. I felt like I just listened to the erotica, audiobook erotica version of your intro. Hello, beautiful, wonderful people.
That's strong. Okay, I can't bust that out every week. It's gonna be
That was the A Court of Thorns and Roses intro for Captain Crow.
Only evening sessions.
It's officially summer because it's hot in here.
Oh my.
Not in Canada. That's right. That is Astral Dusk. I'm the DM. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and this is Session 12. Thank you for being here. This session is brought to you by MissyMountainGaming.com. That's right, the ongoing sponsor of this show, and ongoing friend of, don't worry about that, friend of the channel. When you go to MissyMountainGaming.com, you will see that they have all the accoutrements necessary for you to play tabletop RPGs, whether they be this one or others, that all ask you to take polyhedral shapes and throw them onto your table, hopefully not breaking your table. Please don't break the table. If you go to MissyMountainGaming.com, you can also go to a certain bar that says coupon code. I think. It might not be called that. But you're smart. You're an adult. You can figure out where the code goes, because this is an adults-only show. If you're a child, wait till you're 18.
Yeah, no, get out of here.
We're going to talk about things. Mostly death. And divine. That's what my shirt says. The divinity is sex. Go to MissyMountainGaming.com. Wow. This is an ad read, and use coupon code NERDYNIGHTLY15 for 15% off your order. That's nerdy, like my name, nightly, without a K, 15. And now, Claris, back to you.
Gnome.
It's sunshiny for the first time in a week. It's nice.
Very nice.
Get the fuck outside.
And that was the weather of a week ago by Claris Polaris. Thank you for going along with that with me without even any prompting. I didn't even bring that up.
This was
professional. I couldn't do the already raining joke.
We talked about this. The rest of this
that was last week's joke.
Right.
Last week's joke was that this was scripted.
Weeks, all 4 hours ago. Yeah.
But shall we get into the game?
Let's do it.
Is everyone ready?
You know what? Actually, I'm not ready.
You know what?
All right. What do you want to do?
I'm ready now. Okay. Thank you for giving me that space.
Astral Dusk.
Yes.
A team of 4 people who came together for a funeral have now seen much more destruction and death than I think any of them could have really even considered 72 hours ago. They have fought across 2 different provinces of Salamnia, losing the city of Vogler, racing to Kalamon before racing south once more to the Steelwatch outpost where they had to fight a dragon, its rider and friends.
Dragon hell.
Before pushing south once more into the forests of the undead that surround Dargard Keep, where they encountered a gnome named Tatina, whose life they had come to save from a band of goblins who had a few tricks up their sleeve and nearly killed. Oh, I thought you were wrap it up. I was like, what are you doing over there? He's like, oh my god, DM, let's get to the fucking action.
Did this.
Nice. They're making their dice swirl.
Making my dice swirl.
Where they managed to save Tatina the gnome from an ambush of dragon queen goblins and a hobgoblin.
And also her own child.
Nearly killed Caligaro Moonfire.
Yeah.
And down
And Teller, yeah.
But when the day was saved and Tatina had poured them all a cup of tea, getting ready for another short rest, a dragon was heard chomping through the woods outside.
Jump, munch.
This morning's dragon, who they had seen fly away south, had returned to them with a new rider.
Fuck.
A familiar face, Martin Rootbill, yelling from the forest of the trees that he would like to parley. Tatina is very confused as she looks at you all in this moment, as you hear from the woods, Astral Dusk! I would like to speak!
Completely forgot this was his voice.
Yeah, we do.
I didn't. I was ready for this.
What would you like to do?
Taylor is sat down in like dad sleep.
Yeah.
It's like getting ready to just fall asleep, and then this yells, and his eyes open.
Let's just pretend we're not here.
You think he saw us come inside?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who the fuck is that?
That's a druid who killed our friend and helped attack Vogler.
He's part of Takesis' army.
Vogler!
Yeah, Vogler is like burnt to the ground.
They attacked it and took over and took everything. The people are safe.
So Takesis is back.
Have you seen? Were you there?
Yes.
Yeah, they had a boiler
Why?
drac, which is what we need you for. But enough on that later.
Why? You seem so concerned.
They had a boiler drac.
Yes.
They did,
They used
yes.
it to knock
One of
down
your
the gate.
designs, it seems.
That's why we've come, because we wanted to ask you.
Astral Dusk, I will tear that house down.
I will go.
Oh, I was just gonna yell
her
from the window.
That's
Why
what we
is it
should all.
Scottish there?
What the fuck do you want?
Great.
I said I would like to parley.
I'm happy.
In simpler words for me,
I would
please.
like to have a conversation.
What is the topic that I must prepare for?
A truce thing.
I'm stalling.
Oh, very good.
I mean, I think last time.
The topic of conversation will be several questions that I have for you.
Then ask your questions.
Come out, okay, just come out. This is weird.
It's fun that you're getting him flustered, though. I do like that. All right, darling.
I'm very good at
I'm good to
that.
perform.
I have a dragon, if that makes things easier for you to understand.
Look, he
Let's-
could have killed us by now. Let's
go outside.
talk to him.
If things go south, we're better off together right now than we are.
God, I like
Prestidigitation
just-
on myself to make myself like not look as bloodied and like look like
Perfect.
fine, not blood colored.
I rinsed in the lake. Or the
Very
river.
good. Prestidigitation.
Thank you. I was gonna be wolf, but I think given my present circumstances,
Look,
it might be a
Let's
little.
not aggravate the dragon and the
Everyone?
thing.
We're just talking.
He does
but it's
not
just
know that we have fought a lot and that we're beaten down. Okay,
Yeah, unless he was
chins up.
waiting.
Opens the door.
And
Martin.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, dear. How are you doing?
And he
what
is-
a magnificent dragon you're on. We met before. To the
You met
dragon.
The dragon.
Yes, very much.
Are you the reason the Steel Watch outpost fell?
Yes, the very same.
Well done. I should not be surprised given everything you have done so far. He is very much in the tree line, not moving. He is off of the map that you previously had.
Well,
He's, you know,
that's Astral Dusk for you.
I see you have a name now.
We do.
We have a
Interesting.
shirt,
And-
so you want to buy one?
The name has, because you called Astral Dusk, the name has clearly reached your ears.
It has, yes.
I
What a
love
surprise
that
it would have been for you
us.
that it was us all along.
Takesis has eyes everywhere.
That's like
Less so
creepy.
because of Astral Dusk.
I heard like a story as a kid that there was like some guy who could see you at all times. It always felt weird to me, you know.
We failed the reference thing. Right away.
To the real world?
Are you talking about a god? There are many of them.
No, he like brings presents. I think that wasn't like roleplay relayed to.
You watch as he grimaces.
he takes
Nice.
400 points of psychic damage.
It dies
and
instantly.
dies.
The DM is dead, but Martin Rootbill continues on.
Continues on.
Possesses the DM's body.
So, darling, you want to parlay?
Yes, I
We
do.
accept your surrender.
I do not think that is how this is going to go. I have an easy means of escape here. And it looks like you've had a long morning, as he like gestures at all of the goblin corpses around him.
Yes, they have definitely had a long morning.
Easy work.
I think their morning was cut short, so it probably wasn't that long.
That's true.
Height joke.
They had a stressful morning.
It's not even
think
noon
come
yet,
back
so
to
yeah,
the-
you're right. It's like not even afternoon.
Kind of funny. Ask your questions, Druid.
I be feeling like
What are
Cal's
your
just, like,
terms for
a
this
little bit
parley?
empty of blood.
I would like to ask you 4 questions.
Of course.
Four?
And in return, I will answer 4 questions. And then I will leave. And you will leave, I'm assuming. And then perhaps we will see each other again soon.
What do you hope to gain from this?
This is, you know, if we're to ask and answer 4 questions, and these questions should be told in entire truths.
Of course, why would I lie?
I mean,
Well, you did murder a friend of ours.
Multiple friends.
both
That is fair.
both parties have reasons to lie. Why?
I do not.
Sure.
So you say.
Okay.
He's not impersonating a
Are we
friendly
doing
Druid, not
4-4? 1-2, 1-2, 1
That
3
is
4
up to
3
you.
4?
What
1,
order
1,
would
1.
you like to ask questions in?
I think
Do any
the
of these
safest,
questions count?
Do you want
the safest
maybe.
thing to do would be that you can ask a question. I'm
What happened there, darling?
Are you mocking me?
Yes.
I'm just having a good morning. Sorry. You ask a question, and
then we'll ask
a question. And that way, if we ask a question that you don't, if we answer your question, you have to answer our question honestly.
It was part of the parley he already said.
Yes.
And
Yes, that is exactly what
But
I just
then-
said we would do. Yes.
on the second question, if you ask us something that we don't think we can't answer, then we don't get another question after that.
Interesting.
Oh, if we can't answer it, we're cutting it off short. Or if we don't want to answer it, you're saying.
Well, because at the end of the day,
I do not accept this deal.
Speak a little more
you
complicated.
want us to have 4 questions that we have to answer it without knowing the questions first.
Yes, of course.
But then he has 4 questions. he has
But
to answer.
the questions that he
Would
could
you
ask,
mind if we were at the same eye level as we did this? You still
I
have
would,
a dragon.
Yes.
You still have a dragon.
Yes, but
and
I
we
do
just
not
have us.
trust you, and I know that you have magic.
True, but we don't trust you, and we know you have a dragon.
Yes, but there are gods involved, and I think it would be easier if I can flee at any time. It is also easier
No.
to keep control of this thing when I'm on it.
Fair. You also could flee at any time because you can turn into a giant eagle. We saw that the hard way.
That is true, but I need to get the dragon home.
I have
That is true.
a better
I will provide you with a bit of information in good faith.
Okay.
I was not sent here for you. I was sent here to bring this beast home. That is the only reason I'm in the area.
Fascinating.
I realized you were nearby, and I thought perhaps it would give me an opportunity.
Ah,
I
like
have
that.
a better suggestion. We get to know all 4 of your questions, and you get to know all 4 of our questions before we decide or agree to answer any of them.
No.
Nah, just fucking ask your question. Question number 1.
Then I will ask you first, Harvest. Who is the leader of your order?
Which one?
You know which one.
Who is the leader of the Knights of Solamnia? DM.
That would be the Emperor of Solamnia.
It's the fucking Emperor.
You know that is not what I am speaking of.
You asked a
We
question.
know of him. Mm-hmm. And you know exactly what I'm asking. Who is the leader of your order? The one you are actually in?
I've got my eggs in a few baskets, so if you're not going to be specific with your questions, it's the fucking Emperor. You asked. But I'll give you a chance to rephrase your question if you like.
Who is the leader of the order of the Lycan?
See, now we're fucking getting somewhere because I actually know what you're fucking asking here. Jesus Christ.
What does that mean? Jesus Christ.
It's,
Harvest is a planeswalker. She just doesn't remember it. That's why she knows who Santa Claus is.
Jesus Christ stuff. That'd be Old Bum.
No, vraiment. Thank you. We've been trying to figure this out for so long.
Well, it wasn't going to be a secret much longer anyway, so.
See, that looks like something I would like to ask a second question, but I cannot.
That's unfortunate. Team.
I believe it is your turn, Harvest.
God.
What would you like to
What
ask?
are we asking this guy?
I want to ask where he took Becklin.
It's the same question I have.
Sure.
So, where the fuck did you take Becklin?
Dargout Keep.
Thought so.
Well,
Nail on the
we
head
already
there.
fucking knew that.
But at least now we know.
Now we know for sure.
We're muttering amongst ourselves like it's like.
Tell her,
Have all our
Hello,
backs.
darling.
your sister Archie. What is she researching?
I am sorry to say that I don't know.
Interessant.
But it's fun that you speak with such a familiarity.
Perhaps.
Archie is
Her nickname, yes?
yes.
I thought so. What is your question, Teller?
Should we ask where the dragons are coming from?
Where the dragons are coming
that
from.
worth it?
What is their purpose by taking bodies?
Maybe we
Darkguard
should-
Keep.
We should ask how they got from.
You guys don't need to whisper for the people listening to the podcast.
We should
So-
ask how they got from Sylvanesti all the way up
How
here
is
to
the
attack
how is the
Vogler
army
in the
continuously
east.
traveling?
Okay.
How is
All
it seemingly teleporting?
All right. Do we want the teleport question?
Well,
I mean, we
how
don't-
is the army getting
Any
around?
news we can get
How
to
did they get
protect?
without being seen? How did you get without being seen from Sylvanesti up to west of Vogler?
I'm so sorry, my friend. I joined after that. I do not know.
Trade secrets.
It is not a secret. I do not know the answer to that question.
No, that's fine. No, I'm saying they're
Much
keeping,
like you do not
keeping
know.
a secret from you. It seems.
It is not a secret. It is something I have never asked.
Huh.
I've never thought to, but now I might. Next time you see me, I'll tell you.
You can
Seems-
always send me a message, can't you?
I do not have this
No,
magic,
no, you're druids.
but I know you do.
Druid.
Seems a bit unfair that you're able to ask questions of us, but if you don't have the answer to one that
I also
He
didn't
just-
have the question.
Teller just did not have the answer to my question.
don't
I
have-
don't see how that is unfair at all.
We're running with honesty here, Bannon.
I
We
don't
don't
know.
know, we
I
don't.
don't
If
know
anything,
what-
that is one question for one question where both the answers
Yes.
well. I do not know.
Just different people.
okay.
If he gets two, though, watch out.
Caligero.
Martin,
Where does your magic come from?
my magic. You mean
Yes.
like a sorcerer's magic?
Not any sorcerer, though. It is not your blood. Your father does not have innate magic.
No.
Where does your magic come from?
To the best of my knowledge, it seems like it comes from the Red Moon.
Is that all you're going to give me?
Is that all I know?
It depends if you want to tell him about the stones in your body. It's up to you.
Oh. We're being honest here, right? He dips his shirt, and so you can see he makes the scars visible to Martin. I'm quite literally embedded with the Red Moon. And then
Good to know.
puts his shirt back on.
I appreciate the honesty.
We hope we can only receive the same, Martin.
I'm curious about something.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific that you want for this question? Because I have one I would like to ask.
I don't have a specific just now, no.
Interesting to me that you're asking such specific questions about us. However, before the moment we stepped out, you didn't actually know it was us that was Astral Dusk the same.
I did know it was you. Yes, I called you out by name.
You said the Astral Dusk.
Yes, and I know that
But
is
then
you.
when we stepped out, you said, oh, you're the Astral Dusk.
No, I said you. Oh, you have a name now. I was commenting on
Very
the fact
good.
that you have chosen a name since the last time I
am-
saw you.
Very good. I apologize.
Is that a question or a clarification?
That's a clarification.
I'm not going to be so pedantic as that.
It's not like a spell, you know, speak with that or
gotcha.
whatever.
Why so interested about us? Because each of these questions so far have been quite pointed. Knowledgeable, definitely. And pointed, nonetheless. My sister, Her order.
My
His magic.
It is quite interesting that in a war of returning gods, the gods did not appear to help fight against Takisis for 2 years. Sylvanesti fell, Nordmar fell, and there was not one god, and then Salamnia. This land is attacked. The next phase of Takisis' operation begins, and there are 4 in one small village. I find that quite interesting.
I agree with you. I believe that the pair of us are trying to find that same answer.
Yes. Ask your last question, and then I will ask mine.
Oh, we get 2 in 1.
2 for 1. Huh?
Fascinating. Personal or general?
It's tough.
Wait.
Because it's just...
We could ask what the next plan is for the army, who the next target is. I think we know that is Kalman, but confirmation.
Could also ask how well guarded Danforth keepers.
Oh,
Dar's
Dargard.
All this
Vanguard,
begs
yeah.
me to ask, what is his stake in all this?
What, his personal
yeah,
stake?
he's just on here on his own, not ordered to do this. What?
Yes.
How do we just... Yes, we trust it, but...
No, absolutely.
The next guided question is, how guarded is this, or how defenseless is this? Then it's just giving away our motives.
He'll know that. That's what
that's
we're
true.
going next.
I have my moments.
It's very good. You have a lot of moments, darling. That's true.
Just why?
Why specifically asking questions about
No,
her?
why?
We
What's
could
his
ask-
stake in all this? What are you doing?
That's
general as fuck.
I'm worried that his answer is going to be the same as everyone
No,
else.
Yeah.
we could ask what the strategy to attack Kalamon is.
We can also try and figure out who if this Balefion is actually a dragon returned.
That's also a good question.
Yes.
What is it you'd like to know, Astral Dusk?
We want to know if Balefion is the same dragon from before, or if it's someone new who's taken up their name.
Oh, I do not think it is the same dragon. That dragon died before the cataclysm.
So it's not a resurrection.
Balefion is the high priest, the voice of Takisis, and the highest ranking governor of the Red Dragon Banners. He's a pompous fool, but effective.
I find you so fascinating, Martin.
It pains me that I like you a little
I
bit right
do. I think you're so.
Oh, I don't
Fun.
like you.
I do not expect you to, Harvest. You don't seem to like many people.
That
She
is
has
true,
good
yeah.
reason.
Yes, I know.
now. Plus your actions.
I believe she's shaky on me on most days.
Bannon, you have asked 4 questions. I will ask my last, and I will go. I have your father. In fact, I have the entire town of Leggett. If I spare their lives, will you not return to Calamon?
Where are they?
You don't get any more questions, my friend.
That's not a question.
Yes, it is very much a question.
You want me to not return to Calamon in exchange for my father and my village?
What's left of your village, yes.
How many are left?
I do not know the exact number. There are many Kender who have been caught up in the tide that has crushed that part of Salamnia, but they are alive, and I know your father is among them.
And how do I know that you'll be true to your word?
What reason would I have to lie? He's an old man. What is he going to do, stop me?
I mean, I've seen a lot of your people not hold true to their word or kill without purpose.
I
don't
have
know
no
you.
reason to lie to you, my friend. None at all. The people of Leggett will go free. I just need you to not go back to Calamon.
And how will I know they're free?
That is a good question. It is hard to get you to them, I guess. They will be sent to Melgoth, the capital city of the province you're from. They will be unharmed, they will be delivered safely, and that is what I promise you.
Has Bannon supposed to prove that he doesn't go back to Kalaman?
They'll be watching. They've got eyes everywhere, you said.
I will know.
Of course I won't go back to Kalaman. If there's lives in the balance, the lives of my father, innocent people, and you give me your word, as you say you will, that they won't be harmed, I will not go back to Kalaman. I will not step foot within the city walls.
That is good enough for me.
So just outside of the city walls, that's allowed?
Shut the fuck up! Caligaro!
This has been quite helpful to me. Thank you so much. I have what I need. I hope you do as well.
Of course. Thank you so much, Marty. It was nice seeing you again.
And the wings of the dragon begin to flap.
We'll see you again, or at least I will.
Okay. It sounds fun.
Was that a threat?
And he begins to fly away.
Bye,
to the west.
Marty.
When is it not?
Always a pleasure, darling.
Cal's, what is it? Intelligence is showing right now. No, sorry, that's his wisdom. What? He's just like, oh shit. Words. Word specific. My bad. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
That's all right.
My
That's all
bad.
right.
He didn't say anything.
It's the Fey part of you is only like half of your genetic makeup. It's okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's not a problem as long as Bannon can learn how to fly.
It is truly there's a lot of ways
You wouldn't
around
step
that.
inside of the city walls.
You wouldn't step.
It strikes me as very curious that he would ask only me to not, like, the rest of you are free to go into the city as much as you want.
Yeah, but
I-
you're Solinari's chosen.
Yeah, it has something to do with the
It's
gods, my
Solinari.
friend.
It's Solinari and the fact that the church is there. We can make this work.
I'm gonna fucking rip his head off.
Oh, we're going to annihilate that man.
Excuse me?
Hello, dear.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
hi.
let's get you caught up on what we're doing. Yes.
So, okay, basically the
Inside
gods
that.
are back. There's a dragon army. They used your boiler drac, and we're here to make sure that you're still safe and to see if there's any weaknesses we can exploit in the boiler drac.
Can
That
I
seems-
suggest... Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Can we take a short rest and say that we recount the whole story?
Oh,
Can
bless.
we say the whole
I think we can start there.
the horror story took about 4 hours.
Actually, no, it took 8 hours.
8
because,
hours, right?
Yeah,
You would
yeah,
do
yeah.
slap through the story.
Of course.
We could just say that you guys have said everything. I
No, we just wanted the rest.
No, well, we can short rest now. Yeah. You guys are good. You can mark a short rest if you want, as you guys have this conversation. She leads you back in and like sits you down with coffee and tea and.
Nice.
Nice.
Teller tells the story, therefore that counts as Song of Rest, so everyone gets an additional D8 to hear.
Yes, cute.
I sold them the boiler drac.
You sold it to them, like the design.
No,
Oh, very good.
The
one
pro-
of the ones that I had.
Oh, so that's the only one that they had.
One of the ones you had? Sorry?
I had 3, yeah.
Had.
Did you
He
know?
Well,
was-
now I've got 2, but
Oh, I see.
one of them Calaman has, and then one of them I've got. But
Did you know who they were when you sold it to them?
I didn't understand it at the time because, well, you know, it's fucking. They said they were with Takesis, which felt like a joke. I don't know.
Honestly, that's
Hasn't been
fair.
a god in 350 years.
No,
They
you're
thought
right.
the symbols didn't. Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay, darling. You're right to
No, it's
think
not.
that was silly, as it was.
The
Should
name
be
of the
really.
leader of your order?
Old bum.
Old Bump.
When you were in Vogler, did you meet a gnome there?
We did.
Fan?
He didn't make it. As far as we're aware, he may have survived, but did
Did you see him
stay-
die?
No.
Well, no,
He
but that.
stayed back to launch everyone to safety, which he was mostly successful of.
The gnome flinger.
Yeah.
The very same.
Crazy old man.
Brilliant, but crazy.
Yeah, he was. Well, at least we know they take prisoners, so might not be all bad.
Were you close with Than?
Yeah. Yeah, he's my father.
Oh.
I'm really sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. I just my boiler drac is the reason why he is. I don't know. Okay.
That's not entirely true. Your boiler drac didn't get very far into the city before it was destroyed. Your father stayed to help everybody else out.
Make sure we were all off of.
He knew what he was getting into and he chose to stay behind.
He always was an asshole, but he always said he wanted to go out like a hero. I used to tell him, well, Dad, you know, you've got to do heroic things to have the chance.
And he did.
I guess he didn't in the end. They came to him.
He did.
Or not. Although it's probably better if he's dead, to be honest. He's really good at making things blow up.
Oh, yes, no, I'm aware.
You know that one firsthand.
He is also very good at making things blow up on the people trying to use them, so maybe he can put that to some good use.
Yeah. Still bitter, are we?
A little bit.
I mean, you guys saw how things went out in my garden there. I'm pretty good at making my friends blow up too. So.
Yeah.
It must be like a genetic thing.
Yeah, they passed that one down.
If you're willing, would you be able to give us some sort of schematic or secret that we could use to quickly disable one of your boiler dracs if we encounter it again?
Well,
Don't let people run it, I guess.
she also did just say one is in Calamon for them to use, and the other.
I only
is
sold them
theirs.
one.
Yeah.
So.
And we destroyed that one, so...
But what's the...
Okay, but hear me out. All right, if your father's alive, what are the odds that he'd be able to look at one of these and figure out how to replicate it?
Decent. It would take time
Yeah,
for him to
fuck.
build it,
Because they have
but
the parts in Vogler.
he
What?
can build plenty of things equally as dangerous that might not be a boiler drac. I don't know that that's the most useful thing.
Would you be
All right.
willing to, in some way... Sorry, this is sort of a rain of questions on you. But I'm a bit worried about... I mean, I know you're probably safe with all your traps out here. But if they get their hands on you, they might...
Oh, no, I'm not staying here.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Going back to Calamon?
Yeah, that makes the most sense, yeah.
Would you be willing to lend your spare boiler dracs to them and help them repel the fight that's coming to their gates?
Well, they already have one, so yeah, I could get my other one up there with us, yeah.
Also, if it's not too much to ask, we are going to Dangard Keep, correct? That's our next plan.
Dargard?
Dangard. My handwriting is atrocious.
He's taken
Yes.
a few knocks to the head today as well.
I've had a rough day.
We-
Sorry, a
we're-
couple of those were my fault, so I am sorry
We're
about
not
that.
operating at full capacity.
Would you mind if we stayed here for the night? Was possibly lent some goods of things that you're not using, or possibly
Need to take with you at the moment.
things that you're excited about seeing the effects of on possibly undead and not very good people. Weapons, armor, if you have any scrolls at all, anything like that. Mainly,
Magic? No magic here. Well, Arcana crystals. I do have Arcana crystals. I
that'll
don't
do.
know what you would do with them.
I don't know
I
that.
mostly use them to make fargabs, but
what do they do?
Could you make us a fargab?
yeah, I can make you. I invented them, so yeah, I can absolutely make you a fargab.
Do you know if magic users can absorb these crystals at all? For the ability
Anally,
to,
or-
in any way, orally, anally,
It's a suppository.
absorb. Yes.
I don't do
Inject
magic,
it
so
straight into-
you'd have to tell me. I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, that's okay.
You guys seem to have all the whiz pops, so
Yeah.
Yes, I
I've
just want to
never
know
read
if it can
anywhere.
give us a little extra.
Yeah. I don't think in any of my studies it was like sit on a crystal and you get some skills. You know.
I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere.
Maybe
you?
they didn't tell people just, because...
Would I have encountered
Decorum.
any of that in school?
absorbing Arcana crystals, no.
No. That's what I
No,
figured.
not really.
Yeah.
You know that there are like devices that like use them around school. Like very tiny ones are used to power like lanterns within
Yeah.
your school and
Do
stuff
they
like that.
amplify spells at all? Do they do any extra things with them?
They're mostly used
Or
for like
channel?
very small devices.
Yeah.
So like the Fargab,
I
the
would quite
boiler
like to
They
take one just in case we
Sure.
come across something that needs
That
one.
is
They
not
would
powered
essentially
up,
be
yeah.
like
Yeah, I've got a bunch of extra ones
a
you can have.
magical
I would
battery.
like that. I would
You might have
appreciate
to, you know, put they might be empty, but I can give you them.
Sure.
So,
Thank you.
how long would it take you to make us a Fargab?
I can just give you one.
Oh, you have? Oh,
Do you
fantastic.
want? Do you need it like new for some reason?
No, I just.
I'm
was-
always making them for Calamon.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I think
That's
we could.
most of
Oh,
where
that's
my
good
money
because they
comes
have
from.
to be connected. One has to be connected to the other, correct?
Yeah.
That was the one that we still.
I
Okay.
haven't been able to figure out like a multi-Fargab system yet. That's the like white whale for me.
Yeah.
I really, really want for them all to be able to talk to one
Hey,
another.
hey,
luck.
actually, we were sent here to get you and make sure you were okay. So if you go to Calamon, they will probably fund you to figure that out.
That's true.
And that could be something
They
that you
already,
could
they
very
already
quickly.
are. I just haven't figured it out.
Imagine this
Sure.
fails.
That's the problem is not money. The problem is that
Is figuring it out.
yeah, it's like I think I need like a central Fargab where you would like communicate in and then communicate out, but then it's just two Fargabs again. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Like choosing, maybe there could be something in channeling. Like you could add on an extra bit to a set of Fargabs, being like, okay, that one goes to this one, but then I switch this and it goes to 2.
or you
And I
could
switch
have
this
it-
one, it goes to 3.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're-
something
like that, maybe.
Maybe you have a person there who's at the central Fargab, and then somebody tries to get in, and they tell that person who to contact, and then that person connects it to the Fargab.
That could work.
You could call them like,
Yeah, but then at that point,
You're gonna say
at that point, is that any different than me just calling someone in Calamon and then them like passing the message forward to the next person? Like
You are
the
right.
whole point is to try and remove that middle person
But
out of
then-
it, and I
then-
don't know how to. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, it's
I would also
fascinating.
like for them to record a message in case you're like not holding on to it at the time. But if someone isn't holding on to it, I can't get the magic to stay flowing through at all times.
what if you use like some sort of like system, like where like I don't know.
What
you
about
do things with
what if there
runes,
was
right?
2
Yeah.
Arcana crystals? One which is if someone's holding it, and then the other one is just reserved for if someone isn't holding it. It filters through that to record said message. Could that be something?
The problem that I'm having is that I can't get the Arcana Crystal to continue to funnel the magic through when
Without
someone's not.
conduit.
Yeah.
That
There's something about
that's tricky.
the people of this planet that it's like we're like, you know how like magnets when they get close they like zoop together.
Yes.
When a person is holding my Fargab, then all of the shit works, and then as soon as you let go, it just kind of like.
Well, why don't you just put a hand on it?
That the whole never. You know what?
You mean you need a constant?
I
source
mean,
of
there's
energy.
like people die all the time. There's no shortage of hands.
Wow, you're. What's your name?
Harvest.
Pleasure to meet you. You want people to just walk around with decomposing hands on their Fargabs?
Well, I don't know. Like necromancy exists, so is it?
There are spells which is possible to keep a body fresh.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I think we kind of got off the point here a bit. I mean, I think it's important your work, but I do think that it's also a bit more pressing right now that you get somewhere safe and, you know, that Calamon gets the aid that it needs and we get some rest so that we we continue on with our journey.
I imagine this is the opening of our long rest. Like, this is just kind of
Yeah,
what we're
he's
doing
kicking
in,
you out of
in
your house.
between. Whilst we're packing
No,
and stuff.
I can go.
Oh, no,
No, I
that's
don't
not just
care,
right.
it's your
I
house.
just wanted to make sure that we're taking the space to talk about anything else that might be pressing before we sort of go off into
Ooh.
idle chatter.
Actually, I am. That's a good point, actually. We are going to go to the keep.
I don't know you would, but okay.
Just to check it out. We just want to see if. I mean, we just spoke to Martin out there. It's clearly a dangerous place. And a place where they're congregating in some way.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yes.
Anything like
Do you know any routes there that are less dangerous, or do you know of any extreme dangers that we should be aware of as we go to there? Because we're going to be we're not storming it. We're just trying to be as quiet as possible.
No, we just need to find out what's going on over there and make sure that they can't like pincer
Yeah, I get it.
Calamon.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm going to be completely honest, they're already at the Wheel Watch outpost, then they're already
Probably already moving.
pincering. Then if you go to Dargard, they're pincering you.
Sure, I just mean
You'll
like
be the
we
ones-
can like slip out, but like a city can't move.
Yes, that is a problem. I don't venture that direction in the woods because it is dangerous. There's a lot of undead things. However, I do believe that if you were to travel mostly by day, it could be somewhat safer.
Right.
Now, my understanding of the undead is they're not the best at rivers. So your best bet is either to travel down the Esker Brook near here and then cut across once you get to the mountains. It means cutting across the mountains, which have their own dangers. Or heading west through dangerous parts of this, a bit past Vogler, and taking the Inkwater down, which is another river.
Does that
That is a difficult journey that you would have to go up the Inkwater, which is going to be.
does that go? No, this is a keep, so I can imagine there's a water source quite nearby.
The Inkwater goes
Is
right
the
up to
Inkwater
Dargard.
goes right up to it?
Well, down from it, right? Everything is heading towards Vingard.
Yes.
So if you're going up the river, you can go up the river. It's going to be a difficult journey.
It would
but
be tough. But possibly safer.
Option 1.
Is up the river? Or just straight there?
The other river that you said. The first one.
The first one I said was the Esker Brook.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only a little dangerous right at the end.
Well, no, it's dangerous the whole time. It's just
It's through the mountains.
yeah.
the-
So here's the thing: if you want to go down the Inkwater, you're going to be going up the Inkwater. You're going to be probably encountering more undead as you go up the river, more in the middle of this forest. If you want to go up the Esker Brook, you're going to be going up a part where the undead presence further from Dargard Keep is a little bit lighter, but then you will have to cross through the mountains at the end of it to get there. Or you can cross through the undead forest at the base of the mountains. It's up to you. Either way, there's a lot of Dargard Keep is you don't go. No one goes there ever. Not in 350 years.
Yeah, but
That's the
it
problem.
seems like this is at the minute they are there. Martin, the person who was on the dragon,
Yeah.
said that that's where they are. Oh, and that's, well, maybe not, it's not even where they are, but that's where they're taking bodies, which means that I'm assuming there's some form of necromantic
Yeah, there's something
resurrection.
to learn there. Whether it's
Well, it depends. No, you go.
no, I'm just saying whether we got enough fight or not. We need to just see what's going on.
And it depends if we want to go the safe but long route of Inkwater, and harder to get through, or if we want to go through the brook, which is more dangerous but shorter. Also,
Probably
it is-
about the same amount of time, honestly.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it
but
just
one
kind of
is-
depends if you want to go
Is
through
it
all the
constant
undead or go through the
danger?
mountain.
Or the danger right at the mountains at the end.
I'm not opposed to the mountains.
No.
How is they both the same length of time it'll take?
I don't.
don't know.
I've never been there.
No.
It's not a place you've gone. I know I know where it is because it's.
But you've not travelled it, so why would you know?
I mean, and likelihood of it being more dangerous of a journey than, I don't know, a tower full of guards and a small dragon? Yes, more dangerous, less dangerous than that, do you think?
I don't
idea.
know.
What if we just walked directly there?
Yeah.
Not take
Straight
either
line.
of the rivers. Literally, straight line.
A to B.
Through the woods. How?
I don't know.
But far shorter, I imagine.
Yeah.
Just from assumptions.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about going up the rivers is, the skeletons aren't going to be able to get you in the middle of the river, but you also have to get up a river that's flowing in the opposite direction. So if
Right.
you want to go directly there, you can walk through the forest, but it's
And things might
probably
advance
4 days
to the point where we can't help.
Yeah.
4 days through the forest.
Yeah. And then if things advance, we're going to be so far away.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think the quickest route is possibly the best. But we leave in the morning.
I think we can't waste any more time. We have to get moving.
Agree.
Like in the morning.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're in no state.
Well, it's...
I think if we're going to take one of the rivers, we leave tonight.
Yeah.
The brook or the river.
No,
if we go
let's
through the forest, we
just
wait till the morning.
Walk straight there.
I think we walk straight there. We take the night. We get our strength back. I know Teller asked earlier, but I think we got distracted a bit. But do you have anything that you might be able to lend us that might make our journey a bit safer? Or
Well, I can give you a couple of Fargabs.
We only need one. Oh, wait. To
No, they
communicate
have
with each
to
other.
like connect, right?
I can
So-
give you a pair of them.
In case we
Oh,
split.
to communicate with each
to
other.
communicate with
That's a
one
good
another.
idea.
Yeah. What else can I give you? Food? You want food?
We're fine for food, right?
Yeah, we have plenty. Yeah, I took
Thank
a
you, though.
lot of those rations.
That's most of what I can give you, to be
That's
honest.
okay.
that's plenty. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Do you guys have, like, camping gear, or...
Yeah,
Bedrolls.
Do
We're
you have it
used
with you, or was
to-
it on your horses when they ran away?
That's a good question.
It's probably on our horses.
no.
I
You know
did
what?
state that Teller pulled out a different outfit. So I might say that
You
Teller
might have a
has
nice little
some stuff like a
backpack, yeah.
bedroll.
Yeah.
Sure,
Ben
yeah.
is
He's got.
usually.
She gives you guys some, like, general camping supplies and, like, some coffee grounds that
Much
you can make.
appreciated. Thank you.
Pushing your hands and-
Ben is usually like pretty equipped to like minimalist under the stars because it's how he slept for a long time before he met
Yeah,
everyone.
I think Teller's probably the same.
I have a favor. If you wouldn't mind, Tatina, because we're not headed back to Calamon with you.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine, who's in the court. You'll be able to find them.
Okay.
Mansion, his name is. Just if you could just pass a message on to Mansion that
course, yeah.
that the enemy's army's been investigating our order. They wanted to know who the leader was.
Okay. Yeah, I can let them know that for sure.
Thank you.
All right.
You've been such a great help. Thank you for all the things.
Thank you. I mean, I don't think my knickknacks are gonna stop that hobgoblin. So,
They were pretty good knickknacks.
well, they're mostly supposed to scare skeletons and zombies away, not
The chicken's very terrifying.
an army.
Kick the hell out of me. Yes,
I am so sorry about that.
It was kind of funny.
it's fine.
Sorry.
It was
Now
pretty
that- now
funny.
that everything's
Objectively,
good,
it was quite
objectively,
funny.
It was quite
It was
funny.
objectively.
It was
Alright,
dangerous
alright,
as
Just
shit.
assuming that none of us has any negative reactions to apple juice.
Well, I
I'm
hope
sure you'll be fine.
Oh, apple. Oh shit! No.
I'm allergic to...
I hope you don't mind.
Excuse you.
I'm not gonna wait for you to leave.
Please.
I'm
No,
gonna
you-
I'm gonna
No,
head
you
to
go.
Calamon.
Yeah.
Would you mind at all? You don't need to have to go through it, but would you mind passing by Wheel Watch Outpost? Because
I have to, yeah.
Oh, perfect. That got taken over, but then we took it back
Yeah.
and we gave it back
okay?
to the guards. Mostly fine.
Some of them are dead.
Yes.
Well, the majority.
Oh, it's like everybody I fucking know.
So be careful if you pass through there, but you might see a friendly face, and if you do, perfect. If
Where
you
we
do not,
ran into Elgo, to be honest. That's...
You might want to tell them.
Oh, that's right. Algo! Algo, you right? And you hear, hey, what's up?
Still there.
I'm going to Calamon. Okay. She starts like
I love that
packing her
she's
stuff.
still there.
Are there any other messages you need me to drop in Calamon?
no, I think it's fine. Most of the messages we've asked
We'd
other people to
guards
send.
to relay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh, tell a lie. One last message. Can you say that unfortunately, Ban is no longer allowed to set foot inside of Calamon? Because,
To who?
well, I mean, we were asked to get you, so I imagine you'll see someone.
You just want me to...
Tell.
First blacksmith you see. I'm just
If
kidding.
you go
No,
to
no.
anybody at
Oh.
the Knights of Solamnia, or
That's
if
a
you
good
can
shout.
the governor or anybody sort of that realm who can get it the information to the governor.
If you...
Should they kill you on sight, or like, what are
No,
we talking
No,
here?
no.
No.
As just as in the reason why we won't. Reason if it might take us longer to step in.
I thought you were telling me to tell them to, like,
No.
attack him if he comes near
God,
the
can
city.
you imagine?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad we cleared that up.
No, just
Yeah, right.
bartered the deal of the lives of the innocent for
Yeah, I'll tell them.
which Martin, I'm sure you overheard.
Yeah, I mean, that was freaky deaky.
Yeah. So for the safety of his loved ones.
I wish I'd known about Than. I would have asked him before he left.
Above table, who is the really rich guy from Vogler?
Lord
Baccharis.
Baccharis.
Yeah.
Okay. Below table. Could you, if you do pass that message, can you give it to Lord Baccharis? I believe that they will probably be on our side.
Agreed.
No.
Oh,
He
okay,
is.
never mind.
Honestly,
I'm
that's
going to tell
fair.
you this. Very true, but I think he's got a kick up the ass in
I'll
some.
tell someone. Is there someone I can tell? Like,
You tell
do you have a
assistant.
liaison or
You-
somebody
You
there?
tell who you feel
Oh, you
is
could
right.
tell Darrett.
Yes, you can
You
invite
can
Oh
tell
Darren.
my
Darren.
God! Tell
Solemnity.
Dad,
Yes, yes.
Darrett.
the
Da-
squire.
Darrett.
No, he's a knight.
He's not. He's a
knight
knight of
now,
Salamnia.
knight of Salamnia.
He's the only knight of Salamnia there, so you can't miss him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has come a very long way.
I haven't been back to Vogler in 8 years.
Oh my.
He's all grown up now.
Yeah.
I also have one more favor.
Of course,
if you
of
wouldn't
course.
mind. When you get there, could you ask them if they can spare even a small envoy, a scout or messenger to go to Melgoth to see if any Kender from the Get have arrived there?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Whitehand's still in Calamon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get her to send a message for you.
Can I insight on Cal? Does Cal have a reaction to the mention of Wyham?
Do you have a reaction?
Just nod and smile. That I'm...
Blush?
So she hit on me once. What do you want?
Blush?
Sure. He smiles to himself a little bit. What do you want to just pre-insight on me? What? I'm glad she's
God damn
alive.
His cheeks are getting all
right.
rosy.
Well, I am
You're the
gonna
one
go.
with the hickeys.
Very good.
I don't burn the house down, but like also,
Well-
if it does get burnt down while I'm gone, I probably won't blame you guys anyway. So have fun.
Appreciate that.
Any rooms you don't want us going in? Don't have any.
Oh, don't go upstairs.
No, full of traps.
They're not traps. They just might blow up.
Okay.
All right.
The house is my workshop, okay?
Yes, very good.
Look, did you see the things outside? They mostly blow up. So just
That's
don't.
fair. That's
Just a
fair.
lot of sensitive items.
There's a bedroom in the back. There's the couch here.
Touch them, yeah.
Wonderful.
This floor is
Nice
mostly safe. It might
Alright.
blow up, but less of a chance.
Yes.
So be careful.
I mean, the possibility of something blowing up is never zero. So, regardless of where you are.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Could an apple just blow up?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I love that. Anyway, I really don't want to die, so I'm gonna go where
Go
it's
ahead.
safe.
Best of
Wonderful.
luck.
Safe travels.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Again. And she, throws a coat on, picks up, these 2 bags in her backpack, and she starts, waddling out. You watch as she goes outside, she, opens up this, hatch next to where the mill is, and she pulls out this cart that has these, mechanical front legs that start pulling the cart forward as she's pressing, and Elgo runs out of the woods and hops on, and they're, pushing this thing that is, pulling this cart along by these mechanical, and there's this big, old caravan-y
Love
back
that.
style with a bunch of
That rules.
shit on it.
I love it.
Tugging a boiler drac.
As they all leave, as soon as they do, I think Teller, finally, exhales. This whole
Yeah.
time has been very, oh my fucking god.
Cal just plops by the fire cross-legged, clutching the tea.
What a fucking mess.
Ben is already asleep.
Good lad.
That's true.
At noon, for the second time in 3 days, you guys have completely exhausted yourself in about 4 hours and passed the fire.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. Harvest finds any scrap parchment. And it just makes a couple of signs that are danger inside. She puts that one upstairs, and then she puts a couple signs that are do not enter, do not go upstairs, danger within, to try and fuck around with it if anyone comes to
yeah,
this
for sure.
house.
Yeah.
So just puts
The
those
funny
up.
thing is, if I saw those, I would definitely go in. That makes it far more interesting.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I agree with you.
exactly what I'm
You guys
thinking.
do have a pair of Fargabs now that are connected to one another. You also have rations and basic camping supplies, the things you might need to get to where you're going.
Good.
So, I think you should have one of the Fargabs, because you go ahead of us all the time. You can teleport, you werewolf form, you can move very fast. And I believe one of us should have the other ones. Because
One of us three?
you are normally with her,
Oh yeah.
and we are normally together.
I love a werewolf with a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Teleporting
Over.
the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, right.
Over.
You guys are left alone for the first time in a minute. You fall asleep and
At noon.
take a long rest.
Good lord.
Do you all go to bed?
Yeah.
Bandon's already out.
Meditating to start, but then eventually we'll probably fall asleep. Yeah.
As the elves come to consciousness 4 hours later,
I would have traded. I would have taken. It's not.
It was a
so
Netflix
recorded.
notification.
Okay,
Did you
okay.
get all your hit dice back?
I let them rest first before I
rest, yeah.
took a rest, just so that we're not all resting at the
no,
same
you only
time.
get
That's
half
all.
your hit dice back
Half
on a
your
long
hit
rest.
Yeah, half your hit dice.
Half of your expended hit dice on a long rest. So yeah, you wait until they're up and you're like watching. All right, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
We're losing aid, yeah? At this
Yep.
point?
Yeah.
But you
number
shall be getting it
18.
back. Why not?
Not mage armor.
Oh.
Still have mage armor.
Perception is it 12?
8 hours.
There is a point
Because we wake up after
in the middle of the day where you're pretty sure you see the goblin that fled into the like goblin archer who fled into the woods.
Yeah.
For a second. Mm-hmm. But then you look back and he's not there, and you're just you like reach for your sword for a second, but you're like, I don't know, in the tree line.
Uh-huh.
And you're a little bit more alert for the rest of your watch after that.
That's fair. They're
nothing
very
happens.
sneaky.
Yeah.
All right.
You have your own.
Interesting. So Tatina deactivated all the traps.
Mhm.
Great. Just checking. Cool.
As far as you know, yeah.
Oh, fair. All right.
How you doing, Ban? Very good.
Sleep for another
I thought he was awake.
So you wake up.
Sleep with his eyes open.
Teller and you wake up Teller and Calgary after 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You begin your rest. Does anything happen while you guys are waiting for the rest of your party to return to full health?
Oh no. How you doing? Okay?
Fine, okay, yeah?
Yeah, just
Not bad. All things
during the
considered.
considering the circumstances. How are you doing?
Okay.
That's good.
Worried for
All right.
everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Um,
Fascinated by Martin.
amazingly thrown off by him. I don't know what to think.
That's the French accent.
Yeah, no, but it's like there's something about
Says the
him
wall.
that I'm just,
He was more collected
yeah,
than I thought he would be.
agreed. And I just feel I don't know if I'm getting
And
in it for the highest bidder Gorgonis vibes. Like, are you just in it because you're getting a kick out
he
of this?
seems
Like,
to be working against us, not for
the army.
Takesis.
Yeah, or Takesis, just for shit.
He's against us specifically.
What the fuck did we do to him?
I mean, we fucked most of his plans so far.
He started it again.
yes.
We're doing this whole tit for tat bullshit, right?
Yeah. Fascinating man.
I hate
Looking forward to
Yeah.
meeting him again.
it. I know.
I kind of hoped that he would stay longer past the 4 questions. I
I
had
feel
some
like he'd put up a good fight too if we had to kill him.
out there. He would have killed me. I would have died out there, I think.
Not then and there, yeah. he would
Yeah.
be fucked.
I think next time we see him, if we are doing
At
okay,
best,
that guy's fucked.
good luck.
Yes.
Especially a pissed off Harvest.
Oh my god.
She wants him so
That
dead.
haste that you did
Oh,
that got her to teleport.
Yeah,
Oh!
I didn't realize
That
how
was
cool
so-
she would
that was
look
great.
Vibrating like that, like that was amazing.
No, that was outstanding.
I impressed myself. I don't really do that.
And this hits about the 4 hour mark as Harvest wakes up with her ears burning.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what?
Talking shit.
I like try and take my back leg to scratch my ear, and I'm like, oh no, I don't. Okay, ow, ow,
Don't
ow,
do that.
ow.
Yeah, flexible. All right.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bend
She
that way.
was dreaming she was a werewolf and she woke up and the connection. You all do notice that Ben is like having like a very like he's sleeping fully out, but like he's turning a lot in his sleep.
Did oh my gosh, did Tatina have all the utensils to crush said coffee beans, have a filtration system and a kettle to make bean juice?
She gives you ground coffee beans.
Okay.
She has a grinder.
Bless.
Great.
Yeah, it
She
seems
has
like a gnomish
grinder?
design.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for him. Like,
Yes, she's a lesbian on Grindr. It's a weird life.
Yeah.
She's looking for a beard so that she can,
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
she give a bit to all of us, sort of deal, or just like?
she just give you like a bag of coffee grounds.
Okay. Yeah. I would. Yeah. If you were still out that whole time while we were talking, making tea for myself, but like putting a little bit on the stove to make fresher coffee. I'll wait for breakfast. He's still got 4 hours. But yeah, as you wake up, he just kind of passes you a mug of hot piping.
Fucking bless, thank you.
Morning sunshine.
I take half of it and put it in my flask.
Yeah, you're just ready for it.
The last one up is Bannon, who wakes up fully healed,
Hey, buddy.
ready for the day. Despite a difficult night's sleep, there was noticeably no presence of Solamnia in any of your dreams. Not Solamnia, of
Solinari.
Solinari.
there you
Fuck,
go.
my people.
Sylvanesti,
Sylvanesti.
Solamnia, and
Solinari.
Solinari.
That's
is
brilliant.
brutal.
Fucking awful.
yeah.
There's no, but like, whereas you've always had, you feel like you were always somewhat connected to your god through your dreams. They are not present at all.
I think last night Ben dreamt mostly of his dad and his time as a wee lad.
That's a wee lad.
Um,
Yes, I love you.
It's about 8 o'clock in the evening.
Right, we slept at noon.
is everybody? Hi.
Hey, bud.
Hello, darling.
We're all like settled
Evening.
into our evening, like reading, writing, doing
Yeah.
things. Like, yeah.
What would you like to do?
What's up? Come have a seat.
Does she have any interesting books?
Yeah, there's a lot of like technical journals.
Great.
Most of them are written in her own hand.
Sweet.
You can understand, like, it's not even a language issue. You can understand the photos.
Yeah.
But as you start to like flip through some of these books, you realize that they're all kind of like
Formulas and shit. Like,
Well, yeah, and they seem to
Her
be like
shorthand
her
is-
diagrams.
Great.
Yeah.
So I would have like skimmed through a couple and be like, ooh, colors.
Yeah,
pictures,
yeah.
you know, yeah. Great.
Her penmanship is terrible.
Perfect.
It's like actually awful. But you find some like common books.
Yeah. Just skimming through to keep it.
Nothing magical though.
No.
Interestingly.
Well, I assume it's not.
Yeah.
How was all of your night? I guess or day?
Yeah, the rest of my evening was. I got to bed quite late.
Yeah.
I got to
Peaceful.
bed around when the sun was fully setting because I didn't want to waste the day.
I know we were talking about leaving first thing in the morning, but does that mean now? And
No.
first thing in the evening?
No.
The dead are
We're still
out.
quite. Yeah, it's still quite like dead of night. We have a few hours yet. But we can.
It's
you
like
know,
it's
8
like-
p.m. Like it's like the night.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the sun
I
is
lied.
about
We
to
have 12
set.
more hours.
I have.
But I mean, should we think about maybe going now instead of wasting more
No,
time?
the dead are out.
We should wait for the night. Like, go back to bed. I'm saying if you think you need it.
We actually have some time to breathe for a moment.
Oh, I can stay up for a bit. Maybe I'll try and
Tea?
add some more sleep. Oh, thank you.
There you go. Sorry, man. What kind of tea did she have?
There was a variety.
Great.
There was chamomile.
Variety.
Nice. Liberty?
Not your best.
Some oolong.
Yeah.
Definitely some oolong.
I went for the non-caffeinated though. Maybe keep it
Yeah,
herbal.
yeah.
Keep
Some
it
chamomile.
safe.
Molly.
Yeah. Chamomile.
Yeah, she has a few teas.
Great.
She seems to have. One thing you notice about the house is there are things here from all over.
Yeah.
You notice that there's like some. She has some like spices from Sylvanesti that you're like, you haven't seen that outside of.
Kind of want to take that with me, to be honest. Yeah.
You have Sylvanesti spices with you.
Love that.
Add that to your inventory.
He did cook. He did cook.
Mm-hmm.
I
He did.
cook.
How are you feeling?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel quite so great.
Why is that?
Well, my hometown was completely, apparently destroyed, and I don't know if I don't trust this Martin fella to actually honor his word.
You know what's fascinating?
He's-
I do. I think if you don't, I'm going to be clear with you. I don't think not killing them means they're going to have a good life. I believe they're going to be in servitude for an amount of time. But I do think if you don't step foot inside of Calamon, that they will be unkilled, still alive. I was going to say unharmed, but I also don't think that's true.
Look, they might have killed a few, but I agree.
I think the conversation we had was an extremely literal one.
Yeah.
They won't be killed, and you won't step foot inside of Calamon.
But they might be harmed.
No, he
So-
said he's going to send them to Melgoth.
Yeah.
We don't
Oh!
know. We don't know what
Specifically.
the state of Malgoth is.
No, we
Malgoth
don't.
could be completely under their control, and it couldn't be much.
No, when you guys were talking to the council, like, that Melgoth came up. And the Melgoth is like Calamon. It's a huge
Right.
city.
Yeah,
that
okay.
is like that was going to send reinforcements to help Calamon.
So the question is, I mean,
Melgoth is the province of Nightland is Vogler is actually in the hinterlands, and so Melgoth is the capital of the province that Vogler is in, and so technically under the jurisdiction that Leggett is in. So Melgoth is like the large capital city near Leggett.
No, he oddly gave us the impression that they.
but again, I don't understand how you both can just trust him like
I
that.
know he's a fucking
We don't
cunt.
know him. He
No.
tried to kill us. He killed Becklin right in front of us.
Absolutely, yes. But that's why I find it fascinating that conversation happened. We were just discussing. He had more interest in us than he did in any war plan. If you were a general in an army, you would like to know what Calamon's council was looking like. Any ways into the city, or anything war strategy at all, but he didn't care about that. He cared about us.
I mean, even if we go even further with war strategy, if he could guarantee that the Chosen of Solinari isn't going to be in the city, you don't think he'd do it? To use everything in his power to make sure it's honored?
He's scared of the gods.
He doesn't want you there.
Then maybe I've made the wrong choice.
In what way?
Well, why would he want me to not be there unless it leads to something terrible?
Well, of course.
But of course, I'm not. I can't turn my back on my kin, my father.
We're not going to at all, darling. I'll tell you this. We said you are not going to step foot inside of Calamon. We can make that happen.
We just need to make you fly. It's not.
We can make you fly. We can
That
put
big
you
a
on
deal.
one of our backs. As long as your feet does not touch the ground. We are a Fey people. We can talk around deals quite well.
See, I was going more for like I could just stand outside the gate kind of thing. But that is a great idea.
Yeah, you got a gnome flinger involved, you're fine.
But what? But
Maybe you could have like some kind of
Disguise.
legal contract for your boots, so that they can't belong in Calamon.
I mean,
Legally change your name. Bannon didn't
This
step
is
inside the city.
this is what I was thinking.
I mean-
Possibly we can get the name of Calamon to change. If we can, then he's never going to
I really.
We'll just go talk to the Emperor real quick.
It's like, hey, for this war, can we have the name of
We
Calamon
saved
changed?
Yeah.
this many people. Can you change the name of a city to Astral Dusk?
Though I think this all sounds great and these are great solutions. If they're watching, I'm not sure that Martin is gonna. I think if I step foot in the city, whether it's named Calamon or not, or enter the city, the lives of my
That is
family
true.
and friends could be forfeit.
We are not dealing with Fae. Is the point? Back in Vogler, we made that very specific deal that we said that the town will be as they wanted. We didn't say anything about the people inside, but they watched us to make sure the people wouldn't leave. Of course, there are stipulations to this rule that might dictate that it's worse, but I still think that the people will be fine, because as soon as we hear that your people are harmed, then we step foot inside of Calamon. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But also, we're gonna be gone for over a week. They might reach the city by then. I just would Martin have to then like extricate them from Melgoth?
Yes.
If you broke that, I like
Could he even manage it?
yeah.
What if we just kill Martin?
That's the end.
That is
will.
I like how you're thinking, and I am absolutely on board. Let's do it.
That is what we plan on doing. Yes, absolutely, but not necessarily our goal right now.
Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm feeling that great, but there's nothing I can do except try to trust that he's going to honor his words, because if he has them, and he doesn't mean to, they're dead anyway.
There's nothing
I
we
don't
can
even
do.
know where they are, so... That's why he didn't want to... That's why he saved his question for last, because he
So you
knew I
couldn't
would
ask.
ask where they were.
Fuck. That's not a. He didn't ask a question. That was a request. final thing wasn't technically a question. We could have got another question out of him. Shit. Fuck. Didn't think of that
we
at the
did
time.
get 4 questions out of him. He just only took
We got
3.
4 questions out of him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Technically, he still has a question for
No,
us.
he asked it as a question.
Yeah, I guess.
His exact wording was, "If I spare their
Sure.
lives,
Yeah.
will you
Will
not go
you
back
do
to
it?
Callum?"
And then yes. Well, I mean, that is technically that wasn't even a request. We just said yes, we would. We didn't say that we were going to.
So the way I see it is, he'll let them go, or at best he'll let them go and honor his word, and I will honor my word, and at worst he kills them, and I still honor my word.
The most we can do is follow our own word. What they do has nothing to do with us. We do what we say we're going to do. We do the good thing. If they don't respond in kind, that's on them.
No, I agree. So, who's Old Bum
Yes, I did want to know this.
and Mansion?
Is it Balm or Bum? Is it B-A-U-M?
No, like old bum.
Like B-U-M.
Yeah.
Who is Old Bum?
I
Cal loudly sips his tea and smiles.
As
he slurps like
Who's Old Bum?
He's
Who's Old Bum.
the leader of
Sorry, I'm choosing my
my order.
my lunar phase. By the way.
As
My apologies.
Martin put it.
I figured you were doing spell book stuff.
That's
With
exactly-
you fucking magic users always have to be doing
What?
spell book stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly is your order? I thought you were a knight of Salamnia.
I am gonna
Well,
try
I
something new.
am a knight of Salamnia. So many other things, you know. That's not my entire personality.
I got that. You're a Knight of Salamnia, but you're not a Knight of Salamnia. You don't love it. Because you didn't know how to swear Derek in.
What do you mean?
I've been through quite a few knighting ceremonies in my day, and that was,
All right, how do you knight a knight of Salamnia then?
Not like
well, it's more than one step. I'll tell you that much.
And you don't seem to carry yourself the same way that the other knights do.
You also kind of cringe anytime someone says you're a Knight of Salamnia.
You're also kind of cringe.
You
I don't.
You physically curl
Kind of cringe.
You're a
every
bit
time.
cringe, to be honest, darling.
Harvest, I like. Look, we've traveled quite a little bit of time already, and you're wonderful, but you're not subtle. So what's that about? Mad respect to you, anyway. Fucking Lycan. What's that about?
I'm liking it.
Fucking writers.
God. No,
For some reason, Cal's really settled in himself right now. He's like, he's got tea. He's fucking choosing his lunar phase. He's like, what's up?
He's looking at his astrology chart.
Yeah, he's having,
Yeah,
he's having a good time.
literally.
He's
What's
like,
mine? What's my sign? What's coming in my future?
I'm so sorry.
You have to cast augury for that.
Right? Yeah. You don't get that one for free.
Damn it.
It just says good for you. I don't know what it means.
Oh, I love that.
Good for you. You look happy.
Not me.
It says you should be cautious of new bonds, but they may also lead you to a brighter future.
Okay.
Sorry, did you learn Uncanny Dodge, or are you going to answer the question?
I had to do absolutely no work for that one. That was all you guys.
She
I
didn't
know,
dodge
we
your
did.
question. You
No,
guys started making
yeah,
deliberate
guys,
good
We
jokes.
just do bits. We're not
Let
allowed
her
to do
talk.
bits when we ask
Let
serious questions.
Let
Yeah, you're not
her
allowed.
talk.
I am a knight of Salamnia. Like I have the papers, and you know they do good work. I just also belong to other organizations. I don't know, like
Yes, but that's...
oh. You know, it's like sometimes you go.
Tatina
you
has
have
so many
like
things here which is falling off the walls.
you can go to a book club and also have a chess club.
Yes,
like,
but
it's not-
The book clubs, you don't swear yourself in.
None of us are giving you shit for having multiple things. We're saying, what are they? And tell us more about them. We like you. We would like to learn more.
And I think it's also a bit imperative if Martin was specifically asking about
Yeah,
Old Bum.
it might be a long game thing here. Like, we might need to know. If we can
That's
help, you know?
concerning. I don't think we can do anything at the moment. What if I told you there are many others who can change their forms like I do.
Cal puts his tea down and listens intently. Similar to the draconic shapeshifter we...
No, I
encountered,
mean
you're
like
talking-
my wolf form.
Interesting.
I mean, it'd be fucking weird if I was the only person
I
in the
mean,
world could
the-
do that, right?
The most we've heard of it so far, Martin said the order of, so I'm assuming there's more of you.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many of us. It's not common. But there's a few factions within the order. Some of us are wolves.
Yeah.
Some of us are cats. Some of us are boars. They're also very boring. And some of
That's
us...
funny.
The puns are good.
Some of us are... Oh, what's the fourth one? Rats?
Bears.
Bears. I was like, we didn't do the rats. And some of us are bears.
Wolves, cats, boars, and bears. Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't let Mansion hear you call them cats.
Don't tell Mansion I said that. So it just... There's a small number of us, and no one really knows who we are, and before we reveal ourselves to the world, my order was trying to gain some semblance of security, so that if, you know, people are often afraid of things that they don't understand or that are new, and so we were trying to... My order made me a Knight of Solamnia, so that
Who could hate a Knight of Solamnia?
we could gain favor with the council and perhaps live our lives a little more out in the open. I don't... All that's kind of gone to shit. I don't know. I spoke to... You guys actually have seen Mansion. I spoke to him at...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the shady fellow you were talking to.
Well, I mean...
I'm just kidding. He wasn't shady at all, but you know what I mean.
He was-
Was he shady?
He was pretty dapper.
Yeah.
He had a charming
Yeah.
southern accent.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
a
I'm thinking
gentleman.
of someone else.
Yeah.
Shady behavior, not necessarily.
Yeah.
So he is a werecat.
Where?
Yes.
Are we talking house cat or big cat?
That's funny.
He's a were-tiger.
So a big cat.
Big cat.
He would be very mad if you called him a were-cat.
Yeah, we're gonna lean into that. Yeah, he's like a big cat.
Like a big cat.
Calls. Yeah.
So as far as we know, it's cat. We
Yeah,
don't
so
know
like a
tiger.
cat.
Yeah.
That was okay.
That was above the table.
Perfect.
But below the table, I'm not wearing pants right now.
You too.
Wow.
What's the name of the order? Did you say Order of the Lycan to
That's
us?
what Martin
That's
said.
That's what Martin called
what
it.
Martin said.
Is it called the Order of the Lycan?
Yeah.
So
It's just a bunch of us who are all cursed, who are trying to use it for good.
That's interesting wording. You say cursed.
yeah,
I
choice.
thought this was a choice of yours.
For some people.
For some people it's a choice, for some it's not.
I mean, others consider gifts curses, and
No,
vice
of
versa.
course, but a lot of people don't take... You wouldn't call something you take on a curse. Not all the time. I understand that some people
might
do.
I ask
Well,
Harvest?
if you choose it, it wouldn't be a curse.
No,
and
no.
yeah, I guess so.
And did you choose yours?
Is
No.
You can't remember.
This,
I just
that
like
was my
this
next
memory.
question. Was it the pre-memory?
Bless you, darling.
buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're all right. There's a lot of dust in this place, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything of my life beforehand. I
Understood.
was sick for almost 10 years. And it's taken me a long time to learn how to control that form. A long time. The first time it happened was with you guys, actually.
Oh, shit.
I've been working towards that for a long time.
Well, you're kicking ass, by the way.
Thank you.
Fucking teleporting werewolf.
The werewolf, becoming a werewolf, did that cure your sickness, or was it just something that you dealt with and not related?
No, I woke up with no memories, and I was very sick and weak for years. And I woke up with the Order. That's my first memory is with them. But I was an adult. It's not like I was a child. I was fully grown with no memory.
So you want to get in good favor, so that way, in case you do come out into the sun, you're not ostracized and cast aside, like even, I don't know, the Order of the Black Robes, for example, but even they have found solace with certain groups, and people at first glance think they do terrible things. So what then? You say you want to do good. What is the ultimate purpose here of the Order? If that's okay to ask, I'm sheerly curious.
Well, I could absolutely be killed for sharing all of this information. So,
yeah, as if we'd let that happen. But...
I haven't been completely honest. If I am hurt and I am in my werewolf state, there's a chance that I can hurt people by accident.
Hey, hold on. When you just, like, we were mid-interrogation and you ran off and chucked the guy off of the building, that was one of those moments, wasn't it?
I mean, like, kind of, but also I didn't really like that guy, so...
That's fair. But are you saying in the wrong time it could be one of us?
It could be anyone.
It's interesting.
I mean, I run face first in the face of danger, so really it's...
Yes, but
We're
you
okay.
have a choice to not do that.
What I'm saying is, what's a little more?
What's a bit more? We already have the odds stacked against us. We got to be safer.
We'll just make sure you're doing okay, that's all.
And I can do that.
Maybe we'll be doing better if we were all werewolves.
Can you make us
Wait,
all
can you
werewolves?
turn us? Is that a thing?
I am not... I can't... I'm
No,
not allowed
that's
to do
Allowed?
that.
Are you just...
No, but if it was an accident. It's
Oh
a
no, I
joke.
tripped
I don't
and I
actually
fell.
intend.
Hers is
it
like-
to be. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I don't intend.
Sorry,
for
we
us
don't mean to make
become
light
werewolves.
of...
Oh,
And
I'm-
you know, like, they will kill you if you turn someone without the proper procedure.
Yeah, and they will probably kill you too.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
The Astral Lycans.
That is cool. I like that.
Cal's just... Shit,
that's
I'm
good.
just
I love
joking.
That is like serious. Like, you know, she's been like pretty like serious, but that is the first time that she's like had any kind of like semblance of like fear.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
like no, absolutely
All
not.
right. Well,
You know, we'll drop it, Harvest. One, not mad for hiding a secret or something you might be afraid to share.
It's not just my secret.
Oh, I mean the whole, if I'm hurt, I might go vicious and kill you, friends. That secret. But
I didn't want to scare you off.
No, you scare us in a good way. At least me.
I'll take it.
No, I appreciate the honesty, Harvest. You've got a lot going on, it seems, and we're not here to jeopardize it, but the more we know about you, the more we can also help protect you.
Well, my orders, they're all of their plans for the last decade have kind of gone to shit with them, being under attack and all, so...
Yeah, there's other bigger matters, I guess, going on.
I am hopeful that if we can prove to be helpful in saving Calamon, that will, have a similar effect in that we'll gain some favor.
I know you said you were few, but how few?
Well, we've grown in the last couple decades, but we're still less than 1,000.
Oh, not even that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like
You're
a
probably
few
like
hundred.
two. Well, you
was
don't know
less-
right now because you don't know what happened to Chules and like the people in Nordmar, but you're less than 250.
Okay, yeah. So there's only a few hundred of us at most, and honestly, members of the order have been disappearing, which is what Mansion told me back at the keep.
Wow.
They haven't been heard from, which might explain Martin's interest, and I may have just damned the leader of my organization.
To a potential kidnapping, we're saying.
Or death. I don't know if there's much of a difference.
Martin seems so studious that I think there might be more than just death involved.
I don't even know where Old Bum is.
Shit.
Well, I assume that if this person is the leader of the Order of the Lycan, that they're no pushover.
Well, no, but neither were the others who disappeared. Some were...
Yeah, if they're anyway as formidable as Harvest, I feel like they'd put up a fight.
Are you able to maybe get a message to somebody somehow that can get... so they can...
Mansion is the only one that I have been in contact with.
What was Mansion's last name?
Rattleskin. Do I have any kind of way to contact the head
Not
of
at the moment.
the
Mansion's kind of your
wolves?
connection to...
Okay. Cool.
But if I got you back to Calamon, we went to Wyhan.
You know that the leader of the wolves is in Paladine. Not Paladine. Palanthar. Is in the capital of Calamon. Or sorry, the capital of Salamnia.
Oh, wait, still there, or would be in Qualinesti then? Because
No,
the elves...
of Salamnia, not
Sorry,
Sylvanesti.
oh my fucking
Yeah,
god.
where the Emperor of
So many
Salamnia is. The
S's.
last
Yeah,
place
yeah.
you knew them to be was there.
Okay. I think the head of my sect, the wolves, I believe he's safe because he's in Palanthar,
Palanthar.
capital with the Emperor, so he's
got it.
probably fine, but I have no way to contact.
Yeah.
I wait until I get my orders, and that's
What
it.
are your orders? What are they normally? Are they things like just join the Knights of Salamnia? Or are they like assassinate this man?
No, I've never been asked to assassinate someone. I'm not very good at that, but I will. I fight when I have to.
Seems like the orders are very dragon chess based. Join the Knight's Order, gain favor. When the time
Yeah.
comes, the ultimate move. I mean, 250 capable like Harvest in the middle of a fight would be
Quite good.
quite good. That would make an impression on any city.
And look, Teller turns his book. I'd be a fox. Drew like them as a fox. I'd be
I'd be a
I think.
fox.
Well, what would I be?
Ooh, what would you be?
A were-rabbit.
Rabbit.
Oh, that's
Say
good. I like
Ferret.
that
Yeah,
actually.
Were-rabbit is good.
Yeah.
too.
What about you?
Ferret.
But you, what would you be? You see?
A werehawk.
Oh,
Oh,
I know, I'm
yes,
just
but
naming
wait,
animals.
they're
None
birds.
of these
Would you be a
exist,
bird?
but
okay.
I'm just,
yeah.
I would say
Werehawk.
you would be the, not a rabbit, but a hare. I think you might
Ah,
be
yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Maybe I'd be like
Always late.
be like a tortoise.
Hard
That's
shell.
good.
Hard, yeah.
That's
actually.
good.
Where's
I like the
tortoise?
tortoise.
Yeah.
Would you
Where-
all like to sleep again before you leave in the morning, or are you staying up through the night?
No, I'll sleep again.
Ben will like stay up for a bit
Well,
because
like,
he's just woke up, but he
resting?
probably like would
Yeah, I think it's
catch
like-
another like maybe like 2 hours, like every like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just, like,
It's
keep
like
that
a rest.
going.
It's like a real
It's
like,
like your
we're
first
just
actual Sunday off, and like you're sleeping.
Yeah.
and
we
you're
just
Yeah.
in and
for sure.
out when
whether or
you
not we
sleep.
can
Sat on
sleep
the
on
sofa.
command,
exactly.
but we're
Shit.
chilling.
Cooking little meals in
We're
between.
not expending energy.
Yeah.
Taylor is like
Yeah.
fully laying on the sofa and has been this whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Well, with this conversation of animals, you go back and forth for a while,
Yeah.
and eventually you doze in and out of consciousness here and there, and you wake up to the cuckoos of the mechanical chickens in the yard outside. And we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah,
Ah,
fair.
Which won't be a break in the video, so just I'm gonna at some point in the edit I'm gonna cut myself off here, and then
That's funny.
That's
a good joke.
funny.
And what would be funnier is that was the point when it got.
But that's where he comes back to. So like at some point in the
But
what are you guys doing?
we're getting ready.
I was trying to get myself
We're warming
psyched, and
up,
it was
yeah.
like joining in.
I don't know when I cut off my sentence earlier, but it's morning. The mechanical cuckoo of Tatina's inventions is outside your window. As you come to consciousness, you never really slept, but you all feel like you've rested properly. All of your sleep schedules feel absolutely demolished at this point.
Yeah.
Wrecked.
It's sort of like getting it where you can, but you feel like you've done a good job. And you set off for a new adventure with 0 points of exhaustion, which is a change from when
For
you
us.
last left Paramount. As you wake up in Tatina's house, how would you like to begin your first day of travel?
Glow sticks and Red Bull, like.
Ba-da-da-da.
Nah, nice and pace. We like packed our bags before we maybe part of the. You're right there, Ben. You're
Yeah, a
choking on-
little piece of like corn chip just came up my.
I hate when that happens.
It's like a tiny piece, and it's like, hey, guess what? Die!
There are corn chips in this house.
Yeah, what do you
The
think I've been
tortilla.
eating for the last
We're
hour?
in-
I'm
Character.
in game.
I'm in game.
Oh.
Game. I'm in game. I'm in game.
Right,
Okay, so
everyone.
anyway, Cal actually he laid out the flasks that he was talking about, the nice alchemist explosive flasks.
Yeah.
And there's 6 of them, and one of us can take 2, the rest can take 1.
That's not
I'll
how
take-
that math works out.
One,
but
I'll
sure.
take 1.
3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of us can take 2.
I'll take 1.
1.
I have the ability to fire
Yeah,
things
they
at a
do
distance.
15 plus 21 damage. So.
15
no,
plus
they do.
tw- oh.
They do 1 do.
I was like,
But you're 17 plus 21.
Sorry.
17 plus 21. Yeah.
I'll
1d4.
have 1.
It's a
I have the
plus
ability to
21 to
fire
hit.
stuff
Yeah,
at
plus
range,
21
Yeah,
so
so
it
do I.
doesn't bother me
So
that much.
we're more rangey people. Would you like?
I'll
would
take
you 2 each like to take 2 flasks and yeet them at
2.
people?
Yeah.
in case you want to?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
What, is that,
Now-
That's a fun word to use. Yeet.
Hey, I got it from the chicken. It went like yerk. It went before it like.
Yeah.
When
shut
it
the-
shot the egg.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
So I think yeet.
So I guess that's what that means. Yeet.
I think it's-
Yeah, when a chicken yeets the egg, and like, yerk.
Right.
So the alchemist fire is you can throw it up to 20 feet. You can throw it up to 60 feet with disadvantage. I'll give you guys cards next week that has this on it, but if you use it
Nice.
today, you make a ranged attack, and it does 1d4 at the start of each of its turns.
Ooh.
But they would have to you have to take a dexterity save at the end of your turn to try and put it out.
Love it.
No, as an action.
Action. You use your
Yeah.
dex. Yeah.
Or you're taking 1d4
I
a
read
turn.
it.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah. Or just
Yeah.
pat really
Could
hard.
you and now you're prone.
So,
Now you're prone.
You wasted your turn. You're prone.
I'm proning! I'm gonna prone!
oh my god, I'm gonna
God, I'm gonna
Now,
prone!
I have an important thing. To get to the keep, it's going to take us 4 days, correct?
About that, yeah.
Well, don't trust my math, but yes.
No, that's great.
What, you got Longstrider in there?
No,
I do. I just,
this is my picture of Tiller as a dog, by the way.
Oh, cute little fox.
I'm not gonna draw
A
it.
werefox.
You are going to turn in 4 days, which is important information for us to know.
oh shit.
Yes, the moon cycle is happening in 4 days.
So when the moon cycle turn happens, you still have full control, or that's more like uh-oh.
No, that's like same.
Same.
Oh, it's the same, just forced.
Yeah, I just don't have a choice.
Maybe that's not a bad
Not
thing
terrible.
to.
4 days. Hello. Boo. Roll.
It's also all night, as opposed to you can hold your phone for an hour.
For an hour, yeah. It's as soon as the moon is up,
Okay.
pretty much.
All right, so
moon
possibly
is up, harvest.
the moon is up
full.
for 2 days.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So important to keep harvest healthy for those 2 days.
It's
Yeah,
fine. I
just
still
those
got
nights.
my
As soon
potion.
as we hit the keep,
Those nights.
as soon as we hit the keep, it's like you are our go signal. I think. Oh well, if we're trying to be sneaky, because we don't want to storm the keep. I mean, I believe we're probably going to have to anyway. But
She can teleport.
Okay, I can do
That's
that. 30 feet.
We should probably get there, and then once we're able to scout it out, because it might be impossible to storm it if there's too many.
Well,
I don't
we
know.
have
The
4
one
days to
thing-
plan.
as
So why
well-
don't we?
I know
start
it's
walking?
just
Yeah.
important to mention this before we leave.
Right.
That's true.
I think
And
it's.
that's it.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great plan. I just think there's so many.
I don't think we should storm it either. I'm just saying in case
If we
you
do
didn't
need
have
to.
control, it's important. To
Right, no,
register.
it's same rules apply. I just look a little different.
I think.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
I'm excited for that.
I like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay, everyone. Best foot forward. Everyone is eaten. We have packed. We're not
Yeah.
forgetting anything.
You stocked up on the bean juices. Was brewing. You got it.
Yeah, I wish I had an extra flask.
Gee, why don't we just anything around?
There's like
Any
mason
mason
jars,
jars,
flasks,
yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna absolutely stock up on coffee.
You have like a bandolier of
Beautiful.
coffee.
yes.
It's all slowly
100%.
going stale, but like 4 days it'll be good for
That's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
There you
I'll
go.
drink it in that
Yeah.
time.
You know how I do.
So we're just pouring
It's
this pot
inspired
of
by you.
coffee.
I know. Oh, I know. You're making fun of me. I'm aware. I am being mocked on my own
Being
channel.
mocked.
On your own. Oh,
Coffee
interesting.
bean.
Guys, it's his
Dangerous.
channel.
Just his
Big
channel.
channel guy
That's a
over
people
here.
thing.
mean,
I know,
was
trust
of
me,
the-
I
I
know.
was like, nerdy your wife. I'm like, you can just, she's here too.
I'm also here. Hi, hello. Not that I really read the comments because most of them are not worth my time, but the ones that are, thank you, I appreciate it.
Honestly, that's less true nowadays.
You're right.
Our comment section have got a lot better.
That you know what? You're
Thank
right.
you to the people who stuck around.
I take it back. That
There was a time when it was a cesspool, but
there was a time.
Don't you start that now.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in really close while you say it.
Just like
So as you begin to leave, you take one last look into this beautiful little valley, this little glen. You hop across the river that you saw, that you previously fought around, and you head south, following the path that Martin Rootbill flew away from this house the previous morning. Not attacking you guys. Emotionally, maybe doing a little bit of damage. but
emotional damage.
Emotional.
it's a great gamer subs flavor.
There you go.
Emotional damage
Yeah.
is real.
It's very fruity.
And you head into the undead forests surrounding Dargard Keep. It's a little over 40 miles, a long trek. And I would like for you to roll a survival check to see how well you do.
I can do that.
Not everyone.
Okay.
You're each going to roll one day.
Oh, okay. Should we each get to? Should we just like go in order then?
It's up to you guys. Who would like to roll for the first day of how well you stay on
I
track?
think just to keep track of it, let's just go start it with Calgaro and move around.
Can I do
boy.
bardic on everyone since it's different days?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
It's not higher is better.
It's just different.
Oh, I don't care.
It's not a like a 20 means you did better. It's a like
It's like the fray kind of where you roll a thing.
I need to
any
know how the
number
day
has,
goes.
Yeah.
There's
cool.
different options.
love that.
Very good. It's an option.
Sorry, I didn't. Yeah. It's more of a like.
You can bardic it if you want.
Yeah, so it's like the okay.
So is it a survival or is it just a straight 20? If it's more
Oh
of a
yeah,
table?
that's a good point. Just
Yeah.
roll up the 20
That's
for me
right, yeah.
for day one.
That's cocked.
I mean, it's a 6.
Is it?
It's slightly cocked, but
Okay.
it's clearly a 6.
You are on that side. I'm on this side.
You
If it's
are
slightly
that-
cocked, it looks more.
you-
It's a 6. DM 6.
It's a 6.
Yep.
All right.
Because Brian's.
The day passes with
It's not like it matters.
You don't.
very little in the way of distraction. It's a beautiful day. You are moving at a pretty steady pace. You're not 100% sure how far you've gone. None of you are rangers or particularly adept trackers.
I'm a survivalist.
Excuse you?
Said with all the confidence of
Well,
someone
no, I
else.
just
Survivalist
am
over here.
proficient in survival, but I'm not like a
You said that in the same way
doomsdayer.
as like I pay my rent and am therefore a survivalist. I survive.
Survivalist.
I can survive.
Yeah.
I don't think that would necessarily be what I would describe
That's
as
fine. That is fine.
your skill set, but
Sure.
you feel like you're making a good track record.
Yeah, we're
No.
leaving good footsteps behind us.
You are making good time on day one. One thing you do notice is that as you get to a second river, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you see that on the other side, the darkness of this undead forest is. It seems like as you begin to look forward, it gets darker ahead of you as this mist begins to raise up out of the forest floor beneath you. And you see that on the other side of the river, that mist is curdling constantly around the trees and swirling and making it difficult for you to see the, the path ahead. You come to the bank of a rather wide river. It's probably 15 feet across, and it is moving rather steadily. You're going to have to either head north or south to find a shallower crossing or find a way to fjord across what is a rather difficult river. What would you like to do?
How wide is the river?
15 feet.
And how tall are the trees nearby?
Probably 20, 30 feet tall, depending on the tree.
I don't want to
Harvest.
necessarily destroy the trees.
I mean, maybe we can find one that's not doing so hot already, or maybe one that's already fell. We can try and make a bridge.
I can just teleport, so whatever you guys need.
Why don't we just shoot a rope across? Tie one rope to one tree, one rope to the other, and just
Yeah, you could teleport
Just
across.
pull along.
I got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Toss it to me. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna
Like,
pop
it'll take a lot of
across
strength.
Rope's tied
the
well.
river.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
To
Okay.
trees?
No, I mean to hold the rope while we're through the water. Is it a rough current?
Oh no! I mean, we arrow tie fire over to one end.
Oh, I
Harvest
see.
ties it to one tree. We tie it to another, and then we just
Skippity-doo-dah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, if
Sorry,
it's-
what are you doing?
Skippity-doo-dah. Skippity-day.
Well, if it's also if you're
My oh my!
What a
What a wonderful day.
if you're worried about your
Weak arms.
your weak arms,
Yeah.
then we could also do 2 ropes, and we could have one where you can stand on. You can use the other one to sort of keep your balance.
Could do, I guess.
Acrobatic I am not, but whatever.
I'm just
Let's
saying,
do
if
it.
we've got the rope for it. We can
I've got the
always
rope
do
for
that.
it.
No, we
How
can
much
do-
rope do you guys have?
We
30
each
foot.
have...
Feet each.
Oh, you haven't used any of it yet?
No.
Didn't you use it to
Because we
climb
got
down something?
chastised for not using it.
Oh, that's right.
And then,
Yeah.
Why didn't they just use rope?
this is where we get our money back, baby.
Great, yeah, so you teleport across, and then you're shooting 2 arrows.
I was just gonna shoot one. Do you want to
No,
shoot
the
two?
one is fine. One is
Well,
fine.
I mean, I'm just worried that Cal doesn't have
I'll
the
be
upper body strength.
fine.
I
Oh
think Cal
my
will be
god.
okay.
Are you sure? Like, it's very hard to hold yourself up across a rope
Look
like
at
that.
Look at this beautiful
Look,
man.
you're 70% lighter in water. Just shut up.
That's not how that works.
Wait, what?
It's an elf thing.
You're so smart about some things and so stupid in others. and it's quite
wait,
fascinating.
I'm sorry. What?
Just leave it alone. He's convinced.
Yeah, the water
I've
supports
even
70%
tried to
of your weight.
figure out a way to make that work for you, and I can't.
If you're floating in water, you're lighter than you normally would. So when you're just going like this and you're floating, you're not dragging your full body weight. It's like you're on Saturn. I don't know what that is.
All
You're
right.
literally lighter when you're floating in water. This is real.
Literally, you're
it
not.
It takes less. You know what I
You're
mean?
the same way.
Resistance of the water.
Well, okay, wait a
In
second,
still
no.
water, I think you might be true, but in rushing water, I don't think that's the case.
Because
Oh,
like
it's
I
rushing.
could,
Yeah,
I could
the
No,
problem is
pull
that it's just
myself
the part I
with a
missed.
rope, but I can't do like a pull up, you know. So there's got to be something.
Right, but
there.
in still water, I think you're right.
Yeah, in still
I just
water,
am saying
you
that
can
in a river, I don't think
handstand
you
and
are.
do fucking 20 push-ups because you don't weigh as much.
No, you weigh the same.
Brian, this is a fucking 100 pounds of feathers, 100 pounds of steel right now. I'm gonna fucking punch you. So it's
You weigh the same.
How
There's
is it
this-
that?
It's
Yeah,
like,
no.
no, he's using my words. Yes, you weigh the
He's using
same.
my words.
He's using my words against me. That's just like on the outside of Kalamon or the inside of Kalamon. If you fucking are in
Those
water,
are different locations.
You mean,
No,
you're,
the fat-
you mean
the-
you're buoyant?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, Dad,
All right,
thank you.
so
I did my
I-
research. I'm buoyant.
I
You
need
fucking
I need a
bitch.
rope tie from Harvest, and I need a
Oh
rope
my
tie
God.
from Teller.
Do I have to roll to
No,
tie it? Oh, okay.
You guys know how to tie. You are level 5 adventurers. You can tie a rope off.
What kind of knot do you use? Ah, that's a fucking reference. That
A
counts
knot?
as a reference to the real world.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm out.
Brian's
I
trying so
missed-
hard not to.
I missed the reference, so maybe it doesn't count because I have no
know
idea
what
what you're
you're
talking
referencing
about.
either.
Well, I'm referencing the real world.
The MTV series.
If I ask him what kind of knots
Oh!
he uses, do you think they don't have knots in Dragonlance?
The rule isn't that
They actually
strict.
can't tie ropes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one's ever
You're
done
not
it
allowed
before.
to ask about anything that exists in the real world. Right,
Hey, what
There's
time
no
is it?
rats.
Fuck!
I don't know what's
Time!
going on
There's
at
no
this
river.
table right now, but this table's a mess.
It's called karma. What's happening on this table?
What order are you guys crossing this river in?
Don't you do that?
Bam, bam, bam. I think. Or bam, 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 because you have heavy armor and that might.
No, I'll be fine.
You just might weigh the rope down more, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, right.
All right,
It's-
I
it's a
need
fucking-
strength checks from everybody in that
Good.
order. Caligar Moonfire, give me a strength
You're
check.
so strong, your glistening, beautiful arms. You're gonna be fine. Bardic inspiration.
Counter, you're lying. Counter reverse.
Shit, yeah.
Damn it.
Counter, you're
If I
lying.
need
It's
it.
so funny.
Counter your bardic.
Yeah. That's a fuck. Oh, I didn't need your fucking Bardic. 18. Minus
Nice.
1. 17. Shut the fuck up! I was gonna say minus 1.
Too bad the DC is 18.
18, yeah.
The DC's 26.
Cool, you
no,
get plus
yeah.
6 on your bardic for that.
Right,
Fuck you, I can roll
right.
for you.
You pull yourself across.
Fine. You want it? It's 18. I got a 1.
Wow.
You managed to play yourself across with no problem.
Yeah, and you know what? The whole while, just because I'm fucking doing it with one hand, looking at Ben. Like, fuck you.
That's 14 on the dice.
You also
and that's 17.
have bardic just in
So
case.
you just like pull yourself across, no problem, and you guys both look back
Alright.
with Harvest on the other side.
Fucking drown.
Oh, Harvest is on there.
Yeah, she
I'm
already-
Oh,
I
with
teleported.
Harvest, I understand.
Yeah.
I can't bardic myself, so this is going to be interesting.
Drown.
I believe in you.
You shouldn't. No, that's fine. What are we doing? Acrobatics?
Just
Strength.
raw strength.
Oh, just raw
save.
strength.
Dirty raw strength.
12.
Yeah, there's a moment where you feel like you're gonna slip on the rope, but your party members just kind of pull the rope in, and you get pulled over to the other side.
Perfect.
And you successfully fjord the river. As you get out of the water here,
Cut the rope on the other end.
what?
I'm going to cut the rope on the other end.
Oh, as you're going and pull. Yeah. Okay, so you only lose about 4 feet of rope.
I love that.
As you get to the other side, you get out of the water on the other side, and you are dripping wet, and you realize you're cold. Like the cold of the other side of this river, whatever is going on in this forest. You had noticed like a slight chill before, but it kind of just felt like a breeze. But now on this other side, Harvest, you don't notice this at all because you bopped over in fire, and so you're going to be warm for a minute. But for everybody else, you are like you feel that wet cold in your bones, and you want nothing more than to dry off.
How late is it now? How long have we been?
Probably like almost 5 p.m. You've been traveling for probably like 6-7 hours.
Is anybody else a little bit cold?
Very. I might
No.
get changed, actually.
Shaking Cal just goes, no.
I think Teller is going to get changed into something else. Just take off the wet clothes and just try and
Yeah,
change
great.
it to some dry ones. Like,
Ben doesn't have other clothes.
You have.
would you like a change of outfit?
You don't smell bad now though, because you did just bathe. So
Well, I think Ben has like the same, like 2 sets of the same clothes.
yeah.
And he just like washes one and like
Yeah.
lays out to dry overnight, and then like puts on the other one. It's identical. Maybe like the colors are
Cartoon
swapped.
character.
Yeah.
So he's like got a green tunic and like white and like brown pants, and then he's got a brown tunic with green pants.
Your
Yeah,
closet is
yeah,
just
yeah.
the same things.
They're
Like,
actually just pajamas, and he's just swapped the tops and bottoms.
But really, like they both just kind of look more and more brown as the days pass.
right.
They've been covered in blood so many times at this point that you're like, is it brown or is it dried blood? I don't.
You know what?
I don't know.
Don't
He did
ask.
almost die
Don't ask.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I did get prestidigitation yesterday though, so
True.
There you go.
Can clean or soil an object of no larger than 1 cubic foot.
It can soil it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Make
feel
it
like
gross.
people aren't using prestidigitation in fun enough ways then.
That's 100%. Yeah,
Just
100%
making
right.
people dirty randomly is such a funny thing to do.
Should have done that to Martin.
Oh my god, that's
Hey,
so
Martin,
funny
what's
and
that?
will be a thing that I do next time.
Just
I
let
have
me
a question,
just
Martin.
soil a man on a dragon
Yeah.
real quick when he's not attacking me when I'm almost dead.
I have a question, Martin. Did you shit yourself? That's exactly where I was going.
It looks like you shit.
I vicious mockery and prestidigitation at the same time.
Minor
Hey
illusion
Martin, did
of
you
smell.
shit yourself? Asshole.
Jesus Christ.
Can you do smell with my
As you move forward into the forest
You
after
can do
changing,
smell with prestidigitation.
No, minor
you
illusion. Sorry.
an a rather easy day of travel. You are getting to the point where you're starting to feel kind of physically exhausted from pushing into this forest. You also realize the ground beneath you is getting soggier, and the swampy nature of the land that you landed upon when you first fled Vogler is starting to appear in the vegetation around you. And you realize it's going to be a little bit harder to push through physically each day after this, as the land starts to get more decayed and decrepit from here on forward. If you'd like, you can continue to push on. You feel like you've gone 8-10 miles. You're not 100% sure, but somewhere in there.
Not bad.
Your day's coming to an end, and you could keep on going, push through, get a point of exhaustion, or you come to that point of the day where you're like, it's time to camp. It's time to
I think it's time to rest.
Ben goes and like starts getting some firewood and starts getting a fire going. And
Best I get her.
best I gotta get a fire going. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, let's find a place to rest up, I think, for the
Sure.
night.
I just resisted the
Don't do it.
hardest.
I
So
could
proud of
feel,
you.
I could
Yeah,
feel it.
we
To be
all
honest,
felt that.
I don't
I
know
was like-
what you were gonna reference, but I
I feel
could
like
I
I'm
have no
forcing
idea.
Brian to have like character growth in real life.
Yeah.
That one hurt a lot. It's
It's one of my favorites.
Ah.
I love that I was like, I joked about in the future being like, I'm gonna say one episode with no references. And you're like, I'm gonna do it right now. And then I'm gonna do nothing but talk about the fact that I'm not referencing things.
Do nothing but. This is the first time I've referenced
No,
it.
nothing. You've done
And
nothing.
I'd also like to point out that there have been so many references made and none by me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't say that you had to do that.
I'm just saying,
You
don't go pointing
self-inflicted
fingers
this
at
on
me
yourself.
when there's too many references going around. It's not just me. I just do one thing and I reference it a lot.
Can you do that? Noticing the undead.
Yes, please.
As Ben is like, he
Notice
kind of
the
like
undead.
sets down
Yeah.
the wood that he's just sort of working on, and he just sort of like, his eyes light up.
You immediately notice there's 4 pings on your undead radar. One is just at the edge of your, just the edge of what you feel back from the direction that you came, back towards the river that you crossed.
Oh, interesting.
And there's 3 faint feelings in like every direction around you.
Like 3 separate faint feelings,
Yeah.
or like so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
No, 3 separate feelings.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There's one in every direction, very faint. It's like almost as if they're just watching us.
Is there some... it's going to be like a weird call, but what Teller wants to do, and if I need to make like a history or whatever check to do this, so be it, of like spiritual protection. Like a ring of salt, essentially, like around our camp. So if there was something like a spirit, they couldn't like get in, because I know that's a real world equivalent.
You've heard like you know that there are myths that say things like that, but you don't know of any that like actually magically protect like that.
I think Teller would do it. I think Teller is a big superstitious guy and
Okay.
would probably crack some like. I think we just have a thing of rock salt on us and just like breaks off a bunch and
Yeah.
in a circle.
You make
around
a
us.
circle of salt.
Do we know if the undead can climb trees?
I mean, I'm not really familiar with what kind of undead we're even dealing
I mean,
with here.
there's lots of undead is quite a large classification. Vampires count as undead.
There are vampires in these woods.
No, but if there is undead, then it's not impossible for there to be a vampire somewhere, and they can climb trees. They can do a lot.
I mean, the most mention of undead recently have been skeletons and zombies.
Yeah.
So
There wouldn't be a vampire so
I'm
close to here because there's a
inclined to
river
say no
just
on the
there, and that
climbing
would be death for them. So
Do vampires not like rivers?
no running water for vampires. No.
Oh. I'm learning so much about them.
Yeah. They're fascinating creatures. I met not a vampire, not like a prime one, but some squalls a billion years ago. They were great, but it ended quite poorly.
Yeah, I do imagine though that skeletons may have a harder time climbing, given the account that they don't have any muscles.
Just trying to decide if we want to sleep down here or if we want to like tie ourselves up in the trees.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
We know it's more dangerous at night.
I mean, if we keep watch, it might be more energy than it's worth to get ourselves up there. And
More
I mean,
energy for safety is something that I'm a fan of. But if you don't want, I'm happy to
I
not.
mean, if we keep watch and
The
somebody's out,
problem is if someone's rest is interrupted, they don't get the
the what?
the full benefits.
The benefits of a full rest.
Yeah,
That's the one, yeah.
Resting, sleeping for the night is good.
It's good for you, you know.
You also know within 6 feet, like these are close. These are like 10, 15 feet away from you right now.
Okay, if we think it's worthwhile.
I say that we still like take watches, but
Bit more active of a watch, possibly.
How long does Divine Sense last?
wasn't it like 10 minutes?
No, it doesn't say. It says that I think it's just like in that instant.
Okay.
Like I get that doom, 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 and then it's gone.
Can I detect magic?
Yeah, of course you can.
I just pop a detect magic. Do I sense anything rather from a detect magic? No.
No, not really.
That's good. That's I can't sense any magic.
So how
Other than obviously what you guys have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, of course.
Istin's shield, her axe, your spellbook, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna get into the trees then?
You climb.
Or hoist ourselves via rope. I mean, we're going to tie ourselves with a rope, I'm sure, to the tree so we don't fall off whilst we're sleeping.
Okay.
Could do, it's a bit of work, but hey, we didn't push on. The day is still young, relatively.
Yeah.
We got some time.
Do it for the night.
Ben's gonna go and try and climb a tree then.
Roll a acrobatics check for me.
Do you want a boost?
Can I help?
Yeah, reach the tallest branch.
The boost would be nice.
What'd you roll?
Acrobatics?
Oh, a 9.
Yeah, no, I give him a boost because he can't even reach the first branch.
Okay, so you climb the tree, then what?
Tie myself to a branch, I guess.
With what?
My rope.
We all have rope.
How are you tying yourself to a branch?
They do it in the fucking Hunger Games.
That's exactly what I was thinking, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's why I
Take it.
mentioned it.
And I lay it on my chest,
Suzanne Collins wrote it, so
I try and grab
it must be true.
this side while holding onto the branch over here. I pull it over, and I do the same again, and then I do it again, and then I get at least 4
Yeah.
ropes around, and then I tie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice
it's
knot.
anchoring yourself to the tree so you don't fall out whilst you're sleeping, basically.
Exactly.
And then
What?
I tie another knot to keep it extra secure.
Okay, yeah, you watch as Bannon ties himself up in a tree, and he's how high up the tree are you?
3 feet.
50 feet.
Oh my god.
You find the
50
tallest
feet.
tree in the area, and
Okay.
you climb for
All right,
15
I must
minutes.
object.
Find the king tree from Avatar and we stare
Yeah,
out
right.
amongst all
You're
the
in
other
the
trees.
tree of life.
I'm up maybe like 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
To
right.
him, it makes sense. He feels like it's 50 feet.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, this is so tall, guys! I've never been this tall. Are the rest of you guys climbing or tying yourself to branches?
I guess
So,
so,
anchoring
yeah.
ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, if I can take the first watch, if you
Sure.
want.
Like down. Or are you gonna come
No,
up?
I don't think there's any
I
reason to
was
be on the
thinking,
ground.
watch,
Great.
because then let him sleep.
Yeah.
And I'll just sleep.
No, watch.
Oh, I didn't see
Us
your
two.
pinky. Did not see your
Watch.
pinky.
Yeah, yeah.
Harvest can handle herself.
Yeah.
We
No, good.
Need-
are one harvest.
We are one harvest. It's a good motto.
Although Cal's just like, great, so I'll just sleep the whole night.
Yeah,
yes,
you'll
you
be
sleep
fine.
all night.
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
got
no,
you.
that's-
Oh,
That
Cal.
was the spot. Look, I found a bedtime story you can read.
How much weight is reduced underwater? Thanks to buoyancy of water.
Yeah, but
Body weight can be reduced 20 to 80% depending on water.
so your 70% lighter means exactly that. Go fuck yourself.
Your body. Except I think the wording on that is a bit
The
weird because your body
payoff.
weight hasn't been reduced at all.
The
Go to sleep. It was a
payoff.
bedtime story. I love
All
you
right,
so much.
Harvest, roll a perception check as you
Get the
Incredible.
bits done. No,
roll
we're good,
with
we're good.
disadvantage because you are tied to a branch.
Oh?
I think
Is it visual only,
I mean, it's
or can I have my advantage for audio and smells?
sure. So you just roll one roll.
Thanks.
love that for us. Love that for us, dude.
Natural one?
And that one.
Yeah.
That's a creamy one, baby.
You you tie yourself to this branch,
Came to me there.
and
it came.
despite the fact that you are royally uncomfortable, you actually pass out really quickly after everyone else, and you are just asleep. Nah,
Harvest, god damn it.
Do we naturally wake up or
I think like 5 hours later,
yeah?
you guys kind
We're
of
kinda
like
used to-
slowly rise.
Are we sleeping or meditating though? We don't need to sleep.
Yeah, trance.
Yeah, but there's no one to like wake you up.
Right, so it's like 4-hour trance, 5-hour trance, or whatever.
No, it's more that you just like you slowly. One of you slowly comes to consciousness a little.
Got it.
Like, well, that was nice. Harvest should have.
Probably gotten us up by now. I hope she's all right. Oh,
It's when you
there
wake
she is.
up 2 minutes before your alarm and you're like, this is weird.
Why did this happen?
We
You
just
have
woke up
that
and
feeling.
Harvest is like,
Yeah.
oh, good.
Not enough coffee.
We look like.
About 10 minutes later, Harvest, you also wake up with the benefits of you. The three of you are all long rested and you're in a tree.
Oh, there you
I
go.
love that for us.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Did you leave a fire going on the ground? You did make one.
No, if we're in a tree, no. I'm gonna imagine.
Yeah.
So you are
Tara
all
wakes up and does cut themselves from the tree.
extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's
you
rough.
had you feel like you got a long rest.
Yeah.
You feel like ass as
Yeah,
well.
it's
like
not good.
tailbone hurts. Like, it's
Yeah.
not great. Yeah.
You have like rope burn where your body was like your full weight was just pressing on like two pieces of rope.
Good.
Yeah, Teller cuts himself out. since just like, well, fuck it, we're up and then we're gonna leave. Got himself out and then is like doing stretches. It's like trying to get this rot
Doing some
out
yoga,
of him.
yeah.
5 hours, we need to do 3 hours of stretches before Buddy here.
before Ban gets up.
Make a perception check as the three of you get up.
Do like a fucking little yoga routine.
I got a nat 1. No bullshit.
I also got.
Tyler actually falls back asleep.
16.
5.
While you guys watch, Teller starts to do yoga and is like in the middle of like a downward dog or in like a child's pose and is back
Fully
passed
can't.
out.
You know when your
Seems
back
again.
clicks in such a way that you get that like
And you're
head
like,
rush
yeah.
pins and needles and you're like, I need to lay down.
Yeah.
So you're now asleep in child's pose.
Yeah.
The other two of you, as you are watching the morning slowly begin to come, you realize that you can like see that dawn is happening in the distance, but the sun doesn't seem to be rising on you the way that you expect. And about an hour later, when it's finally time for Bannon to wake up, and you kind of like kick Teller, and he's like,
Well, hello.
you realize the sun is starting to look like it should have 2 hours ago. And there's this weird delayed effect in this forest of how the light seems to permeate through the trees.
That's odd.
Don't like that.
No.
But you're all awake. You have come to, on your second day of travel, to Dargard Keep. How'd you like to start your day?
Right. Rations, best foot forward.
Yep. Agreed.
Come on then.
Yum yum.
What's up?
No, nothing.
Had a good sleep? Very good.
Sorry
It's
about
fine.
that.
We weren't harmed. I'm not worried about it.
No. Even if we were.
I mean, we could have just slept on the ground all night and we didn't have to deal
Yeah,
with
I don't want to do that again.
I think from now on we just
Is
take the
that
risk.
better than being attacked by skeletons?
It felt safe, to be fair.
I mean, to be fair, I think I'd rather be attacked by skeletons.
Not
Right,
to
so-
worry you, but we didn't have a watch for the first 5 hours, and it was fine.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. If we didn't have a watch, I mean, why tie ourselves up again? That
Maybe
we
we
know they
didn't need
could've-
it because we were tied to the tree.
Yeah. Because maybe they just walked right
They
by
just
where
walked,
we
but
would
they-
have been sleeping.
Yeah,
I guess we'll never know.
I guess
I
we'll
mean,
never know.
I'm just gonna say right now, I'm not doing that again. I'll
That's
take the
fine.
risk.
All right,
I'm gonna take
okay,
the
all right,
risk.
all right.
Solinari will
Come on.
protect me.
Off we go, darlings.
Solinar, make sure you have a good nap. I get it.
Has Solinari returned to my dreams at all, or still like oddly absent?
Yeah.
You haven't done the Solinary slide in a while, that's why.
Yeah.
Slide
You gotta
on
do
your
the
knees
slide.
and they'll be like, my chosen. Welcome back.
Alright, onward, I guess.
Good movie.
Who is going to roll for how well
It's Brian's turn.
it goes
Yeah,
today?
yeah. Yay!
2.
Yay!
That might
Hey,
be
you
good.
said,
That might be good.
it doesn't matter how high it is, so.
1,000 arrows. Flash.
Except if you roll a
You
2.
all die
It starts
immediately.
to rain.
Oh,
Ah, for
Fucker.
fuck's sake.
And
Of course it would. It's a fucking Maya.
the rain makes it really difficult to see your direction for the day. As you begin to head off in what you are hoping is the right direction. But you don't really have much by way of landmarks.
Yeah.
You don't have a map. You just kind of have one direction to go.
There is a
I
mountain.
think as it starts raining, I think Teller starts marking trees, like breaking pieces of bark off.
Okay.
In like just to be like,
Nice.
oh, we passed here. Fuck, idiots. Yeah.
yeah. Very much like in Balto when he. No, sorry.
What
You ever seen Balto?
Yeah, what a movie.
that was not
You were just taking back to your childhood.
also
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And you're like,
So for most
gotta get
people
the
on the internet,
penicillin.
Balto was
Was it a half wolf?
yeah.
Yeah.
a half.
A dog cannot make this journey alone.
Don Bluth
Yeah, yeah.
movie?
Maybe.
Balto is a Don Bluth film?
And
I
right?
believe so,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think so. And wasn't it?
I haven't thought about Balto in probably
Forever.
20
In a
years.
million years.
Yeah.
You're welcome. everyone.
Wow, wow. God damn.
But yeah, it starts raining rather heavily. And as you
Goddamn.
make your way,
God.
you are hopefully heading in the right direction. You don't find yourself coming back around on trees that you've already marked with bark. But would one of you roll an investigation check for me?
Who
Invest.
does it best?
I might.
I have 4.
4. Yeah.
You have 4. You have 4.
No, I have 2. Go for it.
I have -1.
Yeah, I have a plus one.
I roll like shit though, so mine's not.
No, you don't.
Not
You
if you're
got
gonna get a nat
this.
20 right
There you go.
All right. That's a.
20, dirty 20,
That
right?
is a. Yeah, I'm
said
trying to
4?
think of an interesting way of saying dirty 20. We've done
A
dirty.
gaping 20.
Stinky.
A gaping 20.
Gaping 20. Yeah.
Wow.
A 20 that's been cursed
I was
by the
better
church.
off before I heard that.
Your life has been changed, forever altered.
They were my gaping 20s.
Gaping 20.
It was a different time back then.
Different time.
It was.
You begin to see the
It's what the queers call it,
of
1920s.
The gaping 20.
Gaping
20s.
20s.
That's what the next few years are going to be for a lot of gay men. You see the marks of claws that have sunk into the wood of trees around you. As you go up to them to hack off a bit of bark so that you know what direction you're headed in, you see scratches and...
Balto.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You find Balto! This is where he's been the whole
We
time!
have the penicillin.
Yeah, there's a whole sled dogs everywhere.
We gotta get it back to his.
Oh no, it's just steel. Oh, I hate that.
I've got diabetes. Wilford Brimley walks out and he's like, if you've got diabetes, you've got to get that shit
It's actually
treated.
the 2024 version of Balto where it's Ozempic.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Are you on Rebelsis? I was just going to talk to my doctor. That fucking Rebelsis ad kills me.
Cannot.
Don't take Ozempic, by the way.
Yeah.
What's going on with the mic? Why is my camera shaking like crazy?
What did you do?
We need to get away from your tables. I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What was I saying? Oh, there's fucking
The
scratches on the trees. I don't fucking know.
How big are the scratches?
Varying sizes.
Half dog, half
Oh, okay.
Some look like they could be human finger size. Some are larger.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. So it's not a scent tree. Because I know it's like wild animals piss on trees and they all mark it. Oh.
You just kind of see these like lazy scratches along the bark of trees.
That's interesting.
I have Hunter's Bane gives me advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about undead, fae, fiends, that kind of thing. Can I
That's pretty cool.
investigate the scratches?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Great.
great.
Yeah, it's actually gonna come in handy. So, oh wait, I just said I get advantage.
Advantage. I
So
think Teller is also gonna be talking.
that's 2 13s. I got a dagger heart crit.
Nice. I want to
I
give you.
created a system we're not currently playing.
I want to give you bardic on that. as
Great.
well, which is
D8?
D8. Yeah.
Great. So
As Teller is telling you this and then is theorizing information.
nice. So it would be a 13 plus 1 is 14 plus 7 is 21.
Amazing, yeah. So as you take over and kind of start looking deep into these scratches, you don't get there's nothing specifically undead about them,
Okay.
but you do notice that there's no sign of blood or like hair or like bits of nail that are left behind. Whatever scratched this was able to do it without sort of damaging its own claws or hands or whatever was used. But usually scratches this deep, you'd expect to see some kind of like viscera left over from the thing that scratched it. But
And
you're
there's
not
a lot
seeing
of
that.
variety in sizes.
Yeah, a little bit of variety. Yeah.
Does
Nothing
it
smaller than like what a hand would produce.
does it look intentionally like scratches, or is it like the bark is scratched like scales might be across a tree? Or does it look like lines that like are how do you describe that?
They are horizontal, and so you don't quite know, but it could be scales. Something could have rubbed up against it.
Okay.
Not 100% sure though.
All right.
They're in groups of 2, 4, sometimes 6.
Do you mean the marks on the trees are in like 2, 4, 6 trees along, or do you mean like the
Both.
lines?
Like it does look like it looks
It's
like
kind of
something almost
random.
was just kind of like wandering through.
There. Okay. Sure.
And there's no tracks in the ground or anything like that.
To look for tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an investigation with disadvantage to me because the mist makes it difficult.
Fuck.
You're pissing it down as well. Yeah.
That's nat 1.
Yeah, with the
Damn.
rain, it
Yeah.
really the muddy prints along. You
Nothing, right?
That's
you
rough.
feel like there is a lot of motion in this forest, and you have seen some animals, mostly nighttime scavenger animals, but you don't. You're not really able to make up anything specific in the rain.
Yeah, makes sense. Just feel like if something's lumbering through, careless enough
No,
to
that's a
scratch
good-
some things, right?
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Does
Or
it look-
Martin's dragon?
Does it look
Just
like a
fucking
dragon at
walking
all?
through, you know?
It doesn't look like the dragon, no.
And the Martin Dragons was huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it
That's-
was.
Full
Yeah,
grown,
I
right?
guess-
Is it? Yeah.
We should probably keep pressing on, but maybe just be a bit more wary.
Be cautious.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we can't see exactly where we're even headed, that we don't need to overexert ourselves
Take
today.
it slow.
Yeah,
we might
I agree. I
be-
think that's a really good show.
We might be off our mark anyways,
Mhm.
so
Well, yeah.
Yeah, as you make it,
we'll proceed with caution.
as you proceed with caution, you feel like you're still, you're heading hopefully in the right direction, but you're making your way through the forest. It starts to feel like you're getting towards the end of the day, and the rain has only been picking up throughout the day. And so, with evening coming and this torrential downpour hitting the area, what would you like to do?
Do we still have the tent? Like we're getting some camping.
Yeah, we
Is
have
there a
the tent.
in there.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should.
Are we still in a mire?
A mire?
Like a swampland?
I mean, it's all wetlands from here to Dargard. Like that's just kind
So
of
pitching a tent is going to be...
might be, but it's the ground is soggy, but it's still a ground. You're not like in water.
Right.
Also, we are headed towards mountains. Is there any kind of like rocky cliffs or something that we could like set shelter up against?
If you'd like to like climb a tree and try and see, from the ground level with the trees and the rain, you cannot make out anything at any sort of distance.
I can take a look.
Yeah, if you'd like. I would like to caution us against taking... I know it's frustrating, but taking a cave, because whatever is doing these...
At
I
the
mean, it's
outside?
probably going to be in a cave.
No, yeah, not like a cave, but like some kind of defensible position where we've just got our backs up against.
Yes, no, I think that's a
something
good
like
shout,
that,
really.
perhaps. Yeah,
Any
I can
flat
take a look.
ground, like a solid ground, yeah, with the backs against
I'll
something,
take a
that'd be
look.
good. Wonderful.
Great, yeah. Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Why is it always acrobatics? 18.
Yeah, as you like deftly use your canine senses, even when you're not in your form, you climb this tree, and as you manage to peek your head over the top, you see off to your right, from the direction that you've been heading, there is a small outcropping of these like buttressed rocky hills that are just sitting there. And
That
you,
look close enough.
yeah, probably like 2 miles north of you. It feels like you might be heading, if you are headed in the right direction, you might be heading away from the path that you're on towards Dargard Keep. But if you're looking for something with a little bit more like overhead cover, that's probably your best bet.
All right. So it looks like there's something that looks pretty promising. It's just a little bit out of our way. Just depends if we want.
At this point, we're just
I'm happy to go out the way, yeah.
All right. That away.
Follow your nose.
And you head off towards that rocky outcropping. It takes you like an hour and a half to get there, moving through the rain.
There, yeah.
You feel wiped today. Hiking through the rain all day has just been miserable, especially for those of you in armor. And as you get up to this like rocky area, you see that these are not mountains, but they're fairly tall. Probably, 60-foot cliffs meet you, and you do come up against a pretty sheer wall of a cliff that has paths up on either side. But for about like 100 feet, there is this sheer wall of stone that overhangs slightly, and it does look like underneath, while there is some water puddling up, it does feel like if you get close enough to the wall, there is a somewhat dry area from the angle of the rocky, the way this rock comes up out of the earth.
Spot as any.
You do, as you get close, see that there are some more of those scratches along this wall.
Oh, God.
Did we notice any along the trees, along the way?
You saw them randomly here and there.
So
they're
we're-
not on every single tree, but you do
Okay.
keep seeing these same scratches.
I feel like it's just we're in something's territory, and either we travel for a long ways to get out of it, or we're gonna have to pick somewhere. And at least this way, it can't sneak up on us from one direction.
Yeah, and hope it's not pissed.
I think another uncomfortable night we're settling in for.
Agreed.
I think.
Yeah. Not
Well.
the tree though.
Not the tree. At
Not
least
the
it's
tree,
solid
at
ground.
least. Yeah. All right. Very well.
Shifts nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're fine. I'm not holding it against you.
No, that's.
I think the tree idea was really good. It
you.
was uncomfortable, but it was a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
You guys gonna hunker down for your long rest?
Just gonna fucking hunker down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You pitch your tent.
I don't think we start a fire.
No, I was gonna.
probably just-
I was gonna say
Yeah.
just bundle.
Sorry.
You are all very wet.
But then, can we
We all-
even start a fire in this level
Oh,
of
yeah.
rainfall?
Well, we could even
Depends if you have magic.
MacGyver
That's
like
true.
a little rope and then put part of the tent tarp over the thing and then put the fire underneath the tarp.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that. And then
It'd
we
be
have
very
magical
smoky,
fire that we
yeah.
can do to just like heavy, quick, like dry the wood.
Yeah.
And if we have fire starters, which I imagine a camping tent has fire starters.
Yeah, you also have multiple people who can make fire with your hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true.
You,
All right.
You have fire.
that's a good call. Let's try and like hang the tent so we have at least
Yeah, and if
an
we were
awning.
to do
And
this quick, maybe we can even put part of the tent in front and then against the wall, so it like maybe dampen some of the light.
yeah,
You know, try and do a stealthy fire.
Sure.
It might get
Yeah.
a bit smoky,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah.
It will absolutely get a little bit smoky, but I like the smell of campfire. So
Yeah, we'll survive.
All right.
Yeah, and if you like kind of like have like because there's a dry area, if you leave like a part for the smoke to get up out of
Yeah.
close to the wall,
There you go.
you can create sort of a chimney system.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at us.
All right.
Look at this.
Y'all know how to survive.
Does that? Yeah.
And so yeah, you make your fire, you start cooking up some food. Is there anything you like to do before you go to bed?
I might actually ask against that.
That's the
Cooking food and
Smell. Yeah.
and have just rations
All right.
because of
Yeah.
I don't want the smell
Just
of
eating
call.
meat.
clothes over the fire. Yep. No nice crispy bacon for us.
No,
Some tomatoes.
you're not allowed though.
You keep your mouth shut. Go ahead.
It's up to you guys.
Oh, that
What
was
do you
it.
wanna
That was
do?
it. Dry clothes. Put the fire out. Go
Yep.
back to bed.
I
make the tent.
I will take first watch.
No, you won't. No, I'm just kidding.
For real.
All right. As everyone goes to bed, I would like for you to roll a perception check for me.
Perception with smelling. And...
Unfortunately, with the amount of rain, actually, no. It's
Yeah.
That is fair.
all you can smell
You
is the
probably have
rain.
like a bunch of
So it makes
campfire in
it
your
that
nose too.
it's harder for us to
Yeah,
keep
that's a 17.
That's really good.
strong.
That's much better than that one.
You see coming. There's a point in the night, about an hour in. You've been sitting there, just sharpening your sword, kind of looking out into the forest.
Sing, sing.
You hear this sound, and it's still raining, but there's this like cracking noise off to your right on the pathway that goes up to the buttress of this hill. And you watch as coming down, a skeleton is slowly ambling down this pathway, and it kind of looks over at you, and it's just got this like open mouth, and it's like. And it just starts kind of like ambling over
Just start
towards
like
you.
mirroring it. Becomes the
acting
Doctor Who
exercise,
episode
too.
Midnight.
Oh my god. Love that episode.
So good.
What do you do?
I approach it.
Okay. It like kind of gets a little bit defensive and like.
It's interesting. Sentience.
What do you do?
Is it attacking?
No.
Okay. I would like to use Hunter's Bane to recall any information about like if I know like undead skeletons would have like almost like a mob or hive mentality, like if it went away would it like bring more skeletons?
It depends on the magic that creates them. There seems to be something about the Forest on Darkguard Keep that is like fueling undeadness to just kind of persist. And so there's all.
But they don't seem to be like orderly.
No, it doesn't seem like, at least from what you've heard from the people of Kalamon that you've talked with the guards at the towers, or from what you're seeing, it doesn't seem like hyper aggressive. It's just meandering through this forest and is like curious as you kind of step up towards it, but it does like almost shy away as you step closer to it.
All right, then I'm just going to stand there.
And it just kind of like keeps looking at you for a minute. Mm-hmm. And then it like kind of just turns and it starts walking back into the forest.
All right.
New friend.
As your watch comes to an end,
I was like, is it like barbarians in Civilization? Are they going to go get more barbarians?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah. Scout
You don't know.
appears too.
yeah. Well, that's what I was asking.
you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Guess we'll find out.
Algaro, you are awoken by harvest.
Ah!
You have a long rest. You
Great.
didn't use anything yesterday, but
No.
you have all your spell slots and everything back. You and Teller.
Yeah.
And you hand off the watch to him, and you find your rest underneath this tarp by the buttress.
I tell them that I saw.
An unassuming, gentle skeleton that
There's-
had no
yeah.
interest in you.
Yeah, I kind of got a little, like, put off by me. It didn't, like, attack or anything. It just
Gotcha.
meandered.
Interesting. Have I read anything about skeletons that meander?
No, but you are aware of the fact that like the undead forests around Dargard Keep are filled with mysterious sort of
Yeah.
occasionally quite violent undead, but there is just this sort of like constancy of undead here, so it's not.
Gotcha.
And people also don't come into this forest very often. It is dangerous.
So it's kind of like, yeah, the ocean has sharks, but sometimes they attack. It's
Yeah.
just like so fucking
Yeah, sure.
common knowledge that it's like, I'm like, yeah, no, that's oddly normal here.
All right.
So just don't, it's a good thing you didn't provoke it. Might have just attacked.
Might have. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well.
Didn't really seem to have any interest. There was a skeleton. It kind of
Oh.
wandered in. It like looked around.
Wandered in?
No,
Like down
ish,
here.
Oh, God.
It
Okay.
was not. It's a bit put off. It wasn't aggressive, and then it meandered off.
Yeah. And as you know, maybe you would know that undead are common around these parts. Some are violent, some are not.
Yeah, they're just kind of
Or
Exist.
memories, shards of souls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful.
Shall
How's
we-
the day looking? Is it raining still?
It's lightening up as you take over the watch,
You've been bad.
Oh, that's
and so it's the middle of the night, but the rain is lessening.
Shall we watch? You nighty night. You know, rest a little bit. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's
out.
fast.
Yeah.
Mid-sentence, good for you. Each?
Or one of you with advantage. It's up to you.
Let's do it together.
okay.
Yeah. No. Nice. Perception.
It's the second one.
What do you see?
A crit fail again. My second crit
Oh,
fail on
16.
perception.
So sorry.
16.
One
I got
six.
one too. So
60. No, I'm kidding. 16.
With
Fucking
a
imagine.
60, you
Yeah.
see the
Into
future.
yeah.
You are
You see
in
the
Lord
end of this
Soth's bedroom
campaign.
Exactly.
350 years ago as you see all of the secrets. No, you catch in at the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
If you look out, you do see leaning against a tree and sort of like with its head pointed towards you guys. There is a skeleton that's just sort of standing there unmoving, just staring at your camp.
Interesting.
unnerving.
A little bit unnerving, but Cal clocks it. Have I ever, have there ever been any studies or any communication with undead that has been studied with either the black robes or anything like that too, that it's like universal signs for peace or warning or
Skeleton looks
No,
at you
no,
and
no,
just
no.
goes-
I understand what you're saying.
just goes,
Wakanda forever.
You know that undead typically
They
keep
just, like-
some understanding of their lives, and so there's no like they don't gain a new cultural understanding when they die.
Okay.
They're somewhat tied to their previous life.
And in that previous life, assuming they spoke common and they have a consciousness.
I mean, you don't know, right? You don't know when, especially for an area like this where so many of the undead in this area died before the cataclysm.
True.
Or in the cataclysm.
So they could have been anybody.
Language has changed a lot in 350 years, right? So you're not 100% sure what kind of communication you're capable of.
Okay.
If they died 20 days ago, yeah, you'd probably they
Different,
might understand you, but it's kind, try talking to someone from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know.
So like kind of still watching, but like I'd like to think just kind of sitting on my heels, like on my knees, with Teller, I just kind of look to you and go like, clock that, because you obviously didn't see it.
I think you catch Teller just kind of inquisitively looking at you,
Yeah.
which is why I rolled a crit fail, because Teller just isn't paying
I'm
attention,
just like,
and then kind of
there's a girl,
eyes
there's a
open,
garden.
and then kind of comes out of this weird trance they're in, and then looks.
Yeah, in the garden, there's a girl. I'm just kidding.
Garden. There's a girl.
No, I'm just like, there's another one there, but I think it's gonna be fine. Just staring.
Teller puts their hand up to wave.
It doesn't move.
Yeah.
It's just standing with its like against the tree, with its head leaning slightly on the tree, just staring at you guys.
I wonder what they think about.
Oddly looks peaceful then.
What do you think that Martin meant when he was asking you where does your magic come from?
Like mine specifically.
Yeah,
I don't know.
interesting question.
Yeah.
Sorcerers exist.
Yeah, he
They're a
knows
thing
that,
in
but
the
he
world. It's
wasn't
not
talking.
you're
I mean, I am a bit
unusually
different.
strong, yes,
Yeah.
but not unusual in terms of where your magic comes from.
No, innate magic is so common in all sorcerers. I think he might have. Well, he saw me casting. I'm wondering if something with the red magic, the red moon around it, the way it's cast.
Possibly. Maybe just the strength of it altogether.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You've grown incredibly strong even in the week or two that we've known each other.
Fast, don't you think?
Very fast. But that's what's interesting. For me, it's different. I'm just remembering old stories I used to tell.
Yeah.
But for you and Ban and Harvest, you're all a huge rate that you are
Yeah.
gaining strength.
I mean, all we can assume is just one trying to understand his enemy.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's that, yes, but it's more. It's understanding us as people. Mine wasn't even. Mine was just about my sister. That's nothing to do with me personally. It's more what she's researching.
Yeah, a good point. And I mean, I don't know if giving away the specificity of Lunatari and the Red Moon and what it stands for and balance and choice and might influence my decisions or what he might think of me. I don't know.
I don't know. It's fascinating though.
Just creepy. It's not the right word, but you know what I mean?
I
It's just like,
understand.
it's so intrusive.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even
People
know.
taking an interest in you is
Yeah.
definitely intrusive. Yeah.
You know what I mean. I don't know. I'm starting to understand it barely, and he's asking me where it comes from.
Which means that he does understand that it comes from something odd. Which is what I'm interested in. How weird.
Include me in that. I'm learning just as much. You don't read in a book that you can look at a piece of the moon and then it'll explode in your face and suddenly you're a powerful sorcerer.
And I don't think many people can handle that.
what's
There
that
are
about?
stories of people that have had incredible arcane influence jolted into them and they just die. Their stories are short and dull.
Yeah, that.
But
might
you
be
are
part of
alive.
his interests.
You are not only alive, but you are growing with strength every
He
day.
also immediately knew I was half human, half elf. I didn't disclose that information. To
I mean,
him.
that's not hard to find out. You've got
Shut
pointy
up!
ears and a beard.
No, his hair covers his ears.
Anyone who's ever met an elf
And I have a
knows
beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, not everyone's as perceptive as you, okay? Around parts I wear hoods and stuff, and people don't notice. Maybe they do, and they just don't give a fuck. I don't know.
I think that's it. I think you'd like to think that people don't notice you,
Yeah, I
but
like
you're
to be a
quite
little
noticeable.
more moody and mysterious than I probably
Oh,
am.
of course, yeah. You don't pull it off very
We
well. I
always
am so sorry to say. That is not
fail
your song to sing.
At being who we think we should be, don't we? That's okay. 73 years later.
The sun begins to rise, and the other two of you wake up at these two chuckling with each other.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
Coffee.
We have
Carl doesn't
lots.
think people notice him.
Don't be what?
Is it a good
You
thing?
need
You
coffee.
don't want to be noticed.
I didn't at first. Yeah, I don't know. No, the whole Martin thing. We were talking about how intrusive his questions were, and
Sounds like he's just wanted to. I don't know. I don't trust him. I think something.
I know you don't.
I know.
I mean,
Something in what he's doing is just. It's nefarious.
Of
Do
course
you
it's...
know what your sister's researching, or was that true?
No, I don't, truly. We don't... I mean, we talk and we're very close, but she said, I'm going to go research something. I said, that sounds great. And then she left.
have fun, bye. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where she went?
No.
Maybe.
I don't.
Why don't you want people to notice you, Cal?
I just wanted to explore the world of my own without knowing where I'm from or who I am and have any of those pressures put on me. You know, there's expectations of the Sylvan Esti, and there's also expectations of anyone in the order of... I'm not in the order of mages of high sorcery, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I just felt like if I could explore a little bit around me as opposed to just the walls of Sylvan Esti, then I'd quietly, then maybe I don't know.
Command a room too much, darling. It's all in the charisma. You have too much of it. You draw a room's ire to you.
You've got too much riz.
That's it. You run right into danger, and
I
you
know
have
what
all
that
eyes
feels
on
like.
you, darling. It's
Fuck,
not
though,
it.
it's just that's my mom. That's the impulse.
That's it.
That's the
Of course.
yeah. No, but
It's a curse and a blessing.
It's a curse and a blessing. No, she's a lot like you. My mom was, by the way.
When we're having this conversation, Ben is starting to pack up the camp.
Yeah, tell her is also
No, not the charisma. no. This part. The fighting. What are you saying?
Bannon's packing up.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell her
yeah,
is
yeah, I
joining
didn't say
Ban and
anything,
packing
I'm
up the
just-
camp.
It looked like while you were packing your bag, you said, "I'm packing up the camp." I'm just
Well, no, I
kidding.
think you may have thought I said that.
All right.
Did you get enough sleep last night?
No, I was looking at a skeleton looking at me. By the way, there's another one.
Oh, is it still there?
I'm gonna
There's
Another
a
one. I thought it was
skeleton
the
that's
same.
just like leaning on the tree,
Still-
staring at you guys. Has not moved.
I'm gonna divine sense to see if there's any more.
Yeah, you have a lot of pings all of a sudden within 60 feet.
We are currently surrounded by
Nothing
a
behind you,
lot.
because the cliff is too high. But in front of you and on the pathway up, what you begin to put together, along with the 3 pings that you had the other day, three of them, the lighter ones, is these are weaker. And as you're looking out, you can see exactly where they are because they're not hidden behind other things. They're not undead hiding in these trees. It is some of the trees. The further you seem to be going into the forest, the trees themselves are undead. And as you put this together, and as the sun begins to rise, and you look at the color, the green of the leaves is wrong. It's not so different that it's immediately noticeable in the dark days of the rain bit before, but now with some sunlight dappling through, you realize that the trees themselves seem to be absorbing the light as it passes through.
So Ben kind of like at this moment, like he just kind of like is like folding a piece of the tent as this is happening. Huh.
You all right?
I didn't notice it before, but we're a bit more surrounded now than we were yesterday. And I realize these trees are undead. Somehow. Look carefully, you can see it.
Again, books, anything?
Yeah, tell her
No.
doing the same.
Yeah, I have
Nothing.
advantage on that, but
It's nothing you've ever heard of before.
Nothing I've ever heard of. Okay.
Either of you ever heard of?
No.
At
plant
most,
being
it's...
undead? No.
I don't know. I mean, at most, what I'm thinking is that somebody died laying against a tree. The tree, over time, overtook the body, and then the animation happened, and that these skeletons or bodies are just trapped in trees.
Or are they
Perhaps
just
maybe it's-
petrified?
Well, my thoughts maybe are that these trees died a long time ago, and whatever the magic here that's raising the dead is not just raising humans.
That's not a bad point, actually.
in
That's
the
smart.
all life.
It is the area itself.
So it doesn't choose targets. It's just kind of like a general
Anything is
like
just a raid.
wave of
That would make sense as to
Necromancy.
why Martin brought Becklin here, because it's
If
not a
she's-
ritual. They just get up again.
Nothing dies here. Well, it dies, but it comes back changed.
Yeah.
And I noticed it seems, and I can see more skeletons in the woods, right? No, just the
You
one.
feel a slightly stronger ping from the skeleton that you see.
Okay.
Back in the direction you came, right at the edge of your feeling, there's that one strong feeling of an undead presence. Just about 60 feet back in the trees off
Stronger
in
than
the
the
direction.
skeleton?
Yes, and it's the exact same feeling that you've had every time you've used it.
There's something bigger back about 60 feet the way we came. And it's been there every day I've checked. It
Following
feels
us?
different. Well, it felt different than the skeleton over there. And way different than all the trees. I think it's following us and watching us.
It's the same feeling that you had at the Fletching Tower.
It's the same
when you
as-
first used when you were drinking and learning about Teller. It's the same undead feeling.
It's the same feeling that I had when we were drinking after the gold dragon battle at the Fletching Tower.
That since that long.
I'm gonna say that I used another divine scent. Oh wait, it's been a day. I used 2 to re-feel that.
How
So,
long does
like-
that
like-
last?
It's like
It's
an
like an
instant.
instant.
It's one
effect.
thing.
And it's just
Yeah.
one. It doesn't like.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say I used 2 just to like feel that again.
Should we try and see what it is?
I was going to say, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to walk in that direction and then you
Well,
ping to see if it's not
We
gone.
do still have to go back that way to get back onto our proper trail, don't we?
True.
I think so.
we
Can we
veered
see?
off.
Yeah, how's the storm? Can we see the mountain now?
Someone roll for the day for me.
That's you
I think
now.
that's yours,
Yeah.
right?
Not you.
No, you've been bad.
18 plus. Oh no, just 18.
Plus 42.
Plus 21.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
In that there's no rain.
Love that.
It's warm. It's very humid because of the rain the day before.
Sure.
And it feels like it should be bright. And yet underneath, when you're against the rock of this thing and there's no trees nearby, you feel like you're in the morning sunshine. And you watch it, you can literally see the sunlight evaporate from the air as you walk towards the trees, and you find yourself back in that sort of musky,
Like Mirkwood.
unnatural darkness of the undead forest. But it is a gorgeous day.
But we know we can see where we can see where the mountains are. Like we know.
Not from where you are right now, but if you wanted, you could go up this hill a little bit, and you could easily see where you should be heading.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna pop to the top of the cliff and get a sense of which direction to head, because in case we got a bit far off our mark.
Very good.
Alright.
I'll be right back.
As you begin to climb up this, you get about 30 feet in the air, and you can suddenly see over all of the trees, and you see the forests in the distance to the south. And as you look off in the direction that you're hoping to see Darkguard Keep, you see the keep itself. And even from the distance that you are, probably a little over 12 miles away, or 20 miles away, sorry. It's an imposing building that is carved into the mountain itself. And the beginning of the keep that you can see is a significant height above the forest below it. And you can see this structure, and you can't make out anything specific at this range, but you see what you're assuming is Darkguard Keep, and just this structure in the mountain.
All right. Well, I'll go back down like I found it.
Oh, very good.
It's over that way. It's a fucking beast of a fortress.
You can see it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That means we're closer than I thought.
I thought so, yeah.
It looks about 20 miles.
Is it back the
20
way
miles.
towards the presence?
No, it's the opposite direction.
Opposite
so it's
direction.
ahead of you, and that presence that you felt is behind you in the direction you've come from.
Yeah. No. It's this way.
Do you think we can go the mountain path to it instead of going through the forest?
The mountain's more dangerous, right?
Yeah, I guess. But it's drier.
Does it cost us more time?
I
Well, it
don't
would
think
now.
so.
You'd have to get to the mountains and then cross over, yeah.
Oh.
Is
then
that not what
no.
Harvest just went up?
No,
Can we
there's
not
this,
follow
there's
that
this
path?
little hill. There's this little like cliff hill thing that you found that's in the middle. It's on the map that you're
Oh.
on.
That's fun.
Is there a way?
I have the map in front of me, so I know where you guys are.
Is
I
there
love
a
it.
way through that hill pass that we can do that's not part of the?
I mean, it would be sort of a lateral move instead of.
There's not much.
Yeah,
Sure,
there's not
no
much purpose
point,
to
yeah.
it.
Why
You
don't-
could travel along this for a little bit before you'd have to turn south and start heading the direction you already headed in.
Why don't we keep heading towards the keep, and I'll check again just to see if it's sort of still
Very good.
back there, and then maybe as we get closer we can decide if we want to double back and see if
I
it
mean,
moves.
are any of us good at sneaking at all?
I'm not
Fair.
bad.
Yeah, I'm fair at it. I'm not, I'm not
'Cause, like,
the best.
I know a fair amount about kinds of undead if I were to go look at it, but I'm not the most stealthy, but I do want to know what the fuck is following us.
It's probably seems like it may have been following us for a while.
That's why I'm concerned. If it is just when we enter the forest, I would think that it was just some kind of apparition, but
I mean, I could take a look.
okay.
To give you some information, I can try.
And you've got one of the
Oh, the Fargab.
They got the Fargab.
Oh, very good.
Or, yeah.
Why don't
and I
you
can-
hang
It's
back?
only 60 feet away, so like
Yeah,
if
we'll
you
start
want to
moving.
try and sneak around behind it, and if you get caught, you can Fargab us, and we'll.
I almost think it might make more sense for you to just stay here and hide. And then we'll start
And then
moving.
we
See if
walk
it follows.
forward.
Yeah.
Sure.
That makes sense.
That would make more sense.
All right, yeah.
And if
Hiding,
it-
I think, would be easier than trying to like creep around in a swamp.
Great. So what are we doing?
I think we start moving, but we leave Cal behind, and we just.
Cal's gonna like
slowly
hide.
move.
All right, roll a stealth check for me.
Image. Hold on. Can I like kind of, if you allow it, if the spell actually lets it, it's only a minute, but like, if I'm like leaning up, kind of like crouched up against a tree, can I almost minor illusion in front of me as if the bark is like I'm part of it, so it just looks like a slightly
Yeah,
misshapen
roll with
tree?
advantage for me.
Thank you.
Nice. Is that skeleton is it gonna watch us as we like leave? Like
It
leave away?
turns its head and follows. Its head follows as you leave
That's
the camp.
not bad. Plus 3. 17 still.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Thank you for that advantage. Otherwise, it would have been a 2.
Amazing. So you are
You
going
gave yourself
to.
advantage.
I'm saying thank you for allowing it.
Oh.
No, you used a. Yeah,
Was it cool?
that's a good use of
Yeah.
your spell. You watch as you pack up and you head out. You leave this bark-like illusion next to the tree.
Yeah.
And the skeleton, like, lifts its head off of the tree and just begins to slowly follow you as you walk away from the camp. It's not, getting closer or far. It just kind of like is slowly walking the direction it sees you going.
That's something they notice, or I notice?
You would see it as well.
Oh,
I mean,
okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
You quickly make it about 60 feet away from Cal.
At that point, I'm going to ping again with Divine Sense.
Yeah, right at the edge of your feeling, there's this sense of something.
Right back where Cal is.
In the right direction, yeah. Cal, roll a perception check for me.
I relay that to them. I'm like, this follows us. It stays right on top of where Cal should be, theoretically.
And it always stays that
Normal,
exact
or
distance.
because I'm like
Exactly
no, that would
60.
be not be
Yeah, just a normal perception check.
That was out. I'll take it. It's an 18.
How did you manage to miss that? It was
Yeah, that was incredible.
It stuck to my
Yeah.
hand and it went right in the middle.
You're-
18.
Not quite sure
Okay.
for a moment, but you do see, flitting from tree to tree, a cloaked figure that
Oh, fuck.
is moving in a way that almost seems like they're not walking.
Right? Did you hear my
stomach?
stomach growl?
The
Yeah.
fuck?
That's called panic.
It's called I'm going to shit
I'm
myself.
going to shit myself. Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna let it continue following.
And it keeps flitting from tree to tree in the direction that they're headed.
Amazing. I remember we hearing it and using it before. How loud is the?
It's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. It projects. It's not as loud on your end, but on their end, it projects loud your voice.
Great. But if he's keeping 60 feet, and I've heard of speaking voice, would I guess that a whisper through it would project as loud as maybe 60 feet of distance?
You're not sure.
Not sure. I'm not
You
gonna
haven't
risk
really
it.
played around with them much.
Not gonna
Yeah.
risk it. I'm going to slowly. I'm gonna slowly follow.
Right.
I'm gonna come back and go where they're going, yeah, and like keep distance and pace
Consistently, it seems to be keeping pace
with them.
you can't always keep up with your party.
Yeah.
But after following this thing for how long are you willing to follow it for before?
Just a couple minutes before, if I see anything that might make me feel weary.
Roll an insight check for me.
Okay. You did well. Thank you. Insight is better than my fucking thing. 20 dirty.
Nice.
20, dirty.
20 dirty.
Okay, with the 20.
Shaken, not stirred.
Damn it, I was going to say a 20 shaken, not stirred. That's good.
After a couple of minutes, that first glimpse wasn't enough to really clue you in.
Yeah.
But after following this person for a couple of minutes, using this like bark form to kind of hide against the trees,
Shrubbery, just like. Sorry.
you realize you've seen the cloak before
Fuck. Okay.
in Vogler. on a blue-skinned elf at Ispin Greenshield's
My
funeral.
fucking Sylvanesti.
You recognize the cloak.
That's a
They've been stalking us
callback.
for weeks now.
Weeks. We've only met one another like a week ago.
4 days ago.
Well,
It's been 5 days.
We
I think it's
stayed
been-
a couple days in Vogler, didn't we?
No, you were in Vogler overnight, and then you
48
fled the
hours?
next day.
This is the 4th day since we've been in
We
the
stayed a
woods,
night,
too.
and then it was.
Yeah. So I think it's been like a week.
It was like the funeral, and then it was the battle at High Hill, and then it was the battle the next day, and then we like traveled for
escape of
3
Vogler.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
So-
spent the day-
Wasn't the Battle of Vogler the night of the Battle of High Hill?
No, it wasn't.
We
There was
slept
definitely at
outside. We
least
long
a night.
rested.
Oh,
in
you
that-
long rested in the woods when there was the
So
petrification.
it's been 7
And then we spent
days and
2
we-
days in
Cala- Calaman?
Calaman.
Yeah.
Because we got there, stayed at Constellations, had the
Yeah.
meeting, and then we left in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
2
yeah.
days.
Well, and then another 2 days we've been traveling.
And
So we've known each other
We've
for.
been traveling for 6 days.
So,
For 6?
This
From
is the 6th
Calamon,
day.
because
No,
we're
no,
in
no,
the
no, it's
woods.
way more than 6.
More
because
than
we
6.
left Calamon and it took us how many days?
No, okay,
to
so the
get-
night of the funeral,
Yes.
then
No,
the
like,
night of Battle of High Hill, then
Since Calamon, I mean.
since Kalman, this has been
We
'Cause
took
we
one
left-
day to the keep, and then
We stayed at the tower.
Yeah, it was
and then you slept at Tatina's, and then
Then-
you've slept
yes,
twice.
twice, so 4
it's day
days.
5 since you left Kalman.
Yeah.
So it's like 12, 13 days. It's almost 2
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
Almost
okay,
weeks.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Hilarious.
when I saw this person, I did see it was a purple or blue skinned Sylvanesti high elf.
It was a blue-skinned elf. Yeah.
Not that I know that was from Sylvanesti. You said I might have recognized her or no? And you did say her.
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a her. Yeah,
Alright.
you do remember that it was a female elf, with blue skin that is rare but occasionally present among your people.
Okay, and we're just like in forest, kind of like
Yeah.
walking through. You guys just hear a quick little like. It's not the loudest or not the quietest, but it's just like a. Hold. That's it. Just hold.
Alright.
Until it just stops.
Yeah.
Just gonna
and
like
then
nonchalantly be, oh,
simultaneously, I can see this person, right?
Yeah.
I saw the.
When they stop
what is
moving,
this
she
for? Interesting.
starts flitting around to her left.
Look at this tree
I
bark.
Who?
Within 120 feet of me, right?
Who are you messaging?
The.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just asking
yeah,
who.
yeah. I knew she was a high elf. I said, or a elf, just an elf.
She looked like it. You guys didn't talk to her in Vogler, so.
I,
Yep. Completely ignored that.
So I'll just say, you've come quite the way since Vogler. You've come quite the way since.
You're
Vogler.
grand. You got 7.
Tell me, why are you following us? Are you a friend?
I'm just trying to see one thing about this spell.
No. Fireball, fireball. Forest fire, forest fire.
The tree starts screaming.
It says,
Oh my god.
I think if I can see someone
Horrifying.
within 120 feet, I can impose a message telepathically. I have it right here. Range.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Yep.
Okay, yes.
Oh, but I fully have to point my finger to her.
Hilarious.
Yeah, you have to
So I'm
point in
just
that
like,
direction.
you! My
I am
friend!
Tuxedo Max.
Like, literally, yeah. And I throw a rose directly at her.
Yeah,
No.
You watch as she jolts,
Oh, shit.
and there's this moment where she realizes that you're behind her.
And I steady my hands like, we're
You
dead.
hear in your head a chance to say it out loud for message, right? I don't know yet.
Responds out loud. Can we talk?
Yes.
I assure you we mean no harm.
Okay.
Is it alright if my group joins us?
Yes.
Calls into it. Walk back 60 feet. Back where you back you were coming. And then I
Walk
walk.
back.
Change your face and turn and shoot.
I walk towards her, like, walk
Harvest
back
starts
60
walking
feet.
backwards.
Fuck you, Harvest.
Dan just like looks up at you like,
Yeah.
Harvest fully starts moonwalking.
I see her. I cast Shatter at 3rd
Oh
level.
my god, please do not. Yeah, Cal, is she hooded still?
Yeah.
I
I'm so nervous. I don't
remember
know
seeing
why.
you at the funeral. Did you know Isbin? Why? I have so many questions. How?
No. And you see, like, as you guys walk up, you see Cal is talking to long black cloak,
Yeah.
covering everything, arms, everything.
She would
with the
clock
hood
me.
up. Yeah, blue skin. You can't see their ears or anything because it's just sort of this like portal in the front.
Yeah.
As you see this blue face of a very beautiful elven woman with sort of this black hair that's tucked in behind her ears.
Yeah. And you all see my hands. I'm like, we're good.
I did not know Isbin, no. I wasn't sure what you were doing. But I am tied to that shield. She looks at Isbin's shield.
Tied to it?
Yes.
In what way?
In the same way I was tied to Dargard Keep.
You're dead.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's been a long time. I'm quite used to it. But I was stuck for so long until Isbin snuck in.
He snuck in to Dargard Keep.
Did he
About a year ago.
save you?
No. But in his bumbling, he shattered the thing keeping me there and instead tied me to his shield. Unknowingly, I think. And so I've been following it ever since.
Understood.
Do you have to follow it?
Yes.
Or else what?
It's not really an or else. I can only be so far from it.
It's just kind of what you do.
Unwillable to move against a certain distance, it seems.
When I died 350 years ago, all of us became stuck in a different way. And the way that we escape is different.
All of us at the keep.
Yes.
There's more.
Oh, yes.
What was your tether to the keep? What did he destroy?
Some meaningless vase in my room.
What is your name?
My name's Lidara.
Lidara.
Yes.
How do you spell that, Leader?
Fuck off.
Leedara.
Where were you?
Assuming letters have stayed the same over
That's fair.
They have,
3 centuries.
I would think. At least from the books I've read. Where were you from before? Were you
Salamnia.
Salamnia? Yeah.
Yes, we all were. We were Salamnians in the newfound empire as it rose. Back in the beginning of it. I was an attendant to Lord Soth.
To Lord Soth himself.
And you said that you were at Dargard Keep, locked there till about a year ago.
Yes.
We're heading that way now because we have suspicions that Lord Soth might still be there.
Yes.
He is?
I don't know. He was.
How long ago?
A year.
At the
I've not
time?
been back.
Okay.
That makes
That's
sense,
great.
yes.
Great information still.
It was his mission to leave, though.
He's been trying to leave the keep.
Yeah.
Some have found ways. Caradoc was one who was able to leave in the bodies of others. His tether was
I don't like that.
unique.
This Caradoc could transport themselves into the bodies of others, and
Some ghosts have the ability to possess.
yeah.
I've never been capable of it, but Caradoc was able to break his tether with Dargard Keep and the curse that kept all of us there
I
by
almost
possessing bodies.
knowingly look at you all about thinking about
Backlund.
Backlund. Yeah, you knew. Did you know, of course, serving under the intention of everything that's happening right now, the dead not staying dead. No offense to you, of course, but
I
What
mean,
is-
the undead have been here for the
Oh.
entirety of the time that I've been undead.
so nothing unnatural in that sense. To,
Everything about us is
you
unnatural.
know what I mean would be
Our punishment was unique.
no malice involved.
I wouldn't say that.
Understood.
There was a time when Lord Soth was a wonderful man. I can't say that is true anymore.
Bit too attracted by power.
No, not power. It was never about power.
Hmm.
It's always been vengeance for him.
Who wronged Lord Saw?
You know the story of Lord Soth.
Yeah.
He wronged his wife for a beautiful elf. And he was punished for it by the realm.
And so
And
the
we were
realm,
all punished for it.
So the realm must pay.
Yes.
Lidara, do you mind if we continue walking forward and continue this conversation?
I don't have a choice.
I mean, I just, in case you...
Where
wanted-
you take that shield, I go, Bannon.
Yes, but would you like to stay with us? Walk alongside us rather than
As
60 foot
opposed to
behind?
60 feet.
I suppose that's up to you.
You give us no reason to feel threatened.
All right.
Do you have any poor intentions towards us?
I don't know yet. It depends on what your intentions are, I suppose.
So you are tied to things through magic. Magical means, I imagine.
I would assume that's what it is, yes.
Yeah.
Or divine, I guess magic is still the word.
Yes.
I was not much of a magician before.
Who is, honestly?
What did you do?
I was an attendant. I worked in the court. Prepared meals, cleaned rooms. It wasn't anything special.
That's debatable.
Now.
Yeah.
Everyone is special. Everyone has their own stories and their unique perspectives on everything. Hey, farmers and attendants have done far more in terms of fighting for the common people than most, if any, lords and
I was
kings.
going to say that, or the occasional folklore hero. Like
Yeah.
we just make a good story.
If you go, what do you?
I was just curious. Did you know Lord Soth particularly well while you were attending for him?
I guess on a personal level.
In a way, I would say yes. Before he became paranoid, yes.
Is becoming detached to the shield and any form of specific item something that's you're interested in? Would you rather stay on this plane?
I'm hoping one day.
You would like to become...
I would love that, yes.
We can do that.
What? What was your question?
To
To
die.
become unattached
Oh.
in either the
You
ability
can
to move
Set
on.
me free?
Possibly. I don't know.
Well, if
necessarily.
Ispin was able to change your tether, then it should be able to be
Then,
released.
yeah, that means that there is a tether. There is something
Yes, of some
holding.
kind, yes.
Yes, and we have the ability, as you demonstrated yesterday, to be able to dispel magics. Simple ones. Might work, it might not.
I don't know.
Yes, no, the same. Do you know the keep well? You
Yes.
must do, attendant.
Yeah.
Is there any ways in that others might not know about? Anything that could help us? Because if you help us, I think that we can get that you off of that shield.
Yeah.
We can try at least.
If you're looking for a way in that Lord Soth does not know about, then no.
Maybe not even necessarily Lord Soth.
Just a quiet way in.
We all...
less than the front door.
There are other ways in. But
Trapdoors, any tunnels underneath?
all of us have had over 300 years locked in that building.
Absolutely.
We know every inch of it, like...
Yeah.
I mean, a year ago at least, was it guarded? Do people have watches? I know that it's undead, so
Yes.
watches aren't necessarily. They are.
Yes.
You
Lord
said he was
Soth...
paranoid.
Yeah.
Well, that was when he was alive. At the end, when he knew the knights were coming for him. When he changed and became darker. Nowadays, well, not nowadays, a year ago. For the last few decades, he had been building an army. People who had lived in the Nightlands, particularly south of the forest, who, for one reason or another, romanticized his reign and romanticized his existence, and he had begun to send them out to attack nearby villages, bringing resources back. He was amassing an army for some purpose, and I believe that's what Ispin was looking into when he broke into the castle.
This fucking idiot didn't even tell me about it.
And that is when I was taken out, was when this army was beginning to be amassed surrounding the base of the mountain.
You said you don't know if we're your enemy or not. Is that because you stand with Lord Soth?
No. But if you intend to release him, I would attempt to stop you.
No.
Release? Like, you mean like release from the keep or release from undeath?
The
From the
coil
keep.
of this.
So you want to keep him there?
I've not figured out what it is you want.
I mean, our goal, our end goal at least, is to release Lord Soth from the coil that is this plane. Move on to any way, not be released from the keep. That's not our
Essentially
gambit.
diminish the harm that's happening to this world.
We're worried that our people are under attack from other forces, and that if Lord Soth were to join with those forces, that we would be annihilated.
I believe he already has.
That doesn't surprise me.
We'd be looking to end that.
Yeah.
Release
It's a noble
this,
goal.
Release this land from the curse. I mean, is the true end goal of what we're doing in this forest now.
How the fuck
Maybe
did
not.
I end up here?
The four of you against Lord Soth.
Sounds like we'd be unmatched. Or we'd be outmatched.
Yes,
Yeah, not
Yes.
the other way around.
he is quite powerful,
I believe that.
particularly within his domain. And the army that he commands is nothing to sneeze at.
No.
But you said there's a tether. There's something that keeps him in.
It
So
is
I
a thing he's been
just-
trying to break for 350 years, so that he may leave and raise the ground of
And
Salamnia.
you haven't been there, so you don't know if he's found it or not.
I don't know. He was still tethered there when I left.
Theoretically,
Can I use my advantage on intelligence checks about undead to see maybe what kind of tether, like any information about this tether?
Yeah, go
Maybe.
ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
it's a rope. It's just
Yeah.
Bardic.
Yeah. Give me that.
inspiring
Bardic.
bardic.
Wow. Fuck your bardic.
Yeah, fuck my bardic.
Dirty 20.
Still not bad.
You actually remember something from when you first were joining up with the Knights of Salamnia. Mm-hmm. When you were studying to, do your best to appear like you've been one of them longer than you have been. You remember
I was vague about that.
the myths of Lord... No, they don't know this. This is what you know.
Motherfucker.
But you were taking in as much as you could about them and their history. And you remember there was an old myth within the Knights of Salamnia around the sundering of Lord Soth that your order put him through after the trial and everything that exiled him from the order. Mm-hmm. That for reasons that the Knights of Salamnia do not know, they do not know what happened to him at the end of that. They simply know that he was never seen outside of Dargard Keep again. Mm-hmm. And the assumption is that it went well. But there is this weird lack of information, and there is a little bit of old wives' tale among the Knights of Salamnia about what actually happened that night and the way in which there's this talk of the curse of Lord Soth, but no one is quite sure what it is.
Okay.
And people talk about it as if it is the curse of the land around Dargard Keep. But when you talk with old knights who are trying to pass down the myths of their own order, it is this weird black spot that is among the most famous tales with the least amount of information available nowadays.
Yeah. So the knights kind of pretend that it went well, when in reality, there is no actual record of what happened.
Yeah. There's no record of the woman that he loved, this elf, this mysterious elf woman. It is this weird sort of black hole of information surrounding the most important event in your order of the past 350 years. But people call it the Curse of Lord Soth. And that's always been referred to as the land, but suddenly it feels a little bit less. It feels a little bit more literal. If you would like to release Lord Soth from his undead life, then I believe that I could help you.
Oh, well,
Any assistance would be greatly appreciated.
yeah, how do we go about that?
I'm just saying I could help you. I don't
Oh,
like have a plan for you. I'm just saying that
I thought you were like, yeah, there's a
I
thing
would
that
be
you gotta
willing
do.
to help you.
If he is tethered, then he's tethered to something in his keep. We need to find that thing and destroy it, and we have someone who.
But we have to
Destroying
make
it.
sure that it's the tether that's not to the keep,
if-
that's to this plane.
But if destroying the what was tethering you sets you free and latched you onto the shield, destroying that would just set him
That
free.
is what's
Something we-
interesting.
And
What?
if he has the power to take over someone else,
Well, we don't know if he does.
the most powerful being in
Yeah.
this tower doesn't have the power to.
If
Can
he,
Lord
but if he
Soth-
does, he would already do it, and we'd find that out quite fast.
Can Lord Soth possess... Do you know, have you ever seen him possess...
No.
What is it? What is it that made you be tethered to the shield? Was it Ispin himself? Was it something that happened? Was it that
I don't
you
know. I
personally
believe
are
it
not
has
ready?
something to do with the shield being magical.
So it's if something is possibly if something is magic and breaks the tether, then it attaches to that. But possibly if it's just a normal item, if we break it with our hands,
My understanding of Ispin's shield is that it is ancient, that it is an artifact that dates back to before the Cataclysm. At least that's the story that he told of it.
Yeah, well, you
Take it with a
that
grain of
with...
salt.
Yeah.
But that it is
wood.
divinely...
You go. You finish.
the magic around it is divine
divine.
and comes from the gods.
So keep Bannon away from.
I don't know if that's going to do it.
Can you
Would-
imagine?
In general, would Teller know if that shield is actually ancient? Was Teller there when we found it, or was that something that he kind of came down with?
As far as you're aware, it is entirely possible. The shield is there. There's no record of the shield being made.
Sure. It's just
it
like,
is
is
something
it a
that
thing that
It's been
Teller's like,
found.
oh, that's just bullshit. Like it's been
Ancient
just
shield,
talking
my
shit.
ass.
when
I mean,
he's
you
doing
have
it.
seen that shield go through hell, and there's not a scratch on it. Like, it's not even magical in the sense of, like, it's pretty durable. It's magical in the sense of, like, it is
Pristine.
flawless.
Yeah.
After
Everything that it's been through.
Yeah.
you have been aware of the shield for 30 years. And in 30 years, you have never seen it dented, scratched, harmed. You've seen it bathed in acid. You've seen it coated in flames. You've seen it frozen solid.
Decapitating people.
It decapitates
Yeah.
people now. It also, you guys see, like, when Bannon uses it, it lights up rather quickly with divine energy.
Yeah.
So it might be if a divine thing breaks it, because it was specifically his shield broke your vase, correct?
Yes, it was.
If something of divine nature breaks a tether, then that tether transfers to the divine item. But if it's something else, then maybe it wouldn't be
But
the
how
same.
can we release?
We don't even know. We'd have to get there and find out somehow. We have to get inside and figure out.
That is the problem. The only way to learn is by doing it.
Because
Unless we do it for you and you're alright to move on.
I would love that.
we don't know how to release somebody from a.
No, but I'm
Well,
just
it's
saying...
magic, and we have to dispel magic here.
It just... I don't know if it will affect the shield.
I was gonna say, what if it negatively affects the shield?
Well, I don't want to dispel the magic on the shield. I want to dispel the magic from her.
How can I tell the difference?
You focus it at her.
Yes, but we need you if we're going
To get
do
in-
something
to
about
get into
Lord
the
Saul.
keep.
Full disclosure as well, I don't have that ready today. I'd have to sleep on it.
Well, that's okay. We have 2 days before we reach there.
You guys have been walking this whole... Like, this
Yeah.
is a
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
and
we're
talk.
fully
Yeah,
walking.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're
We invited her
hiking.
to travel with
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Right now,
You're very sure of the direction you're going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
seen-
also
yeah.
like, this way, guys.
The moral of the story is we have to get there. We have to figure out even what the situation looks like.
Yes.
Every time we've tried to get any information about Dargard Keep, it's met with silence or a sharp yes or no. Unless we have no idea how to deal with the
I agree.
situation.
And
What do you need to know?
Well, we need to know how to kill him.
we need to...
I don't know.
And we need to see the keep with our own eyes. We need to know how to get in and out. We need to know numbers. If anything has progressed in the past year. And I'm to
exact
be honest,
nature.
Ispin is a incredible man, but if he can get in, then we can get in.
And
It's not the subtle type.
we also need to know the nature of this connection between Lord Soth and the Red Banners.
Yep.
Well, I'm assuming that, they've promised him his revenge.
That makes
Absolutely,
sense.
they have.
But we don't know if is it just Lord Soth's army? Are the Red Banners here now? Have they joined? Are they all
No,
working on
they
the
wouldn't.
world?
This
Where's
place-
Beckland?
They wouldn't be here. They'd be leveling cities. Right
And
now.
they need food, and this place doesn't come in huge
Yeah.
supply of it. You can't hold an army, not in this
I think-
mire.
Perhaps we carry on. We can maybe ask questions if they come up to you, and then when we get to Dargard Keep, we come up with a solid plan of trying to get in. We just need to know what's the best way for us to get in.
I would like to know
How did-
a good entrance.
How did Isbin get in and out? You must have been with him when he at least exited.
Yes. I was not with him when he entered, but I believe he entered the same way that he came in, which was through a bedroom window on the second floor.
Of course he did.
Would you be able to point it out when we got there, the same window?
It's not
Yes,
subtle.
of course.
There's no tunnels leading under, away, something we can...
Because of the way that the keep is built onto the side of the
in
mountain,
stone.
the window actually opened onto a ledge that he was able to climb down the mountain from there.
Oh,
The
of
window had
course.
broken-
I'm thinking of it as a smaller thing, but it's a huge
Massive.
keep.
It's massive. Yes.
Well, that's good, at least.
Might be our best bet. then.
13 floors in all.
And it's
And-
built into the mountain.
Yes.
Impressive, to
And
say the least.
It was a marvel.
when you were there a year ago, how many people were tethered here? How many? How full is how occupied is
And we
this
walked
keep?
in.
164.
160.
It's less than 15,000.
Yeah.
Well, the army outside was quite large.
That's fine.
That's excluding the army. 164.
That's just those of us who were tethered from 350 years ago.
Got it.
The people who were
Yes.
inside the keep when the curse was laid.
You don't seem dangerous to me. What about these other tethered?
Not particularly.
No, they're
Just
just
castle
they're just there. They're
attendants?
just trapped. What would their opinions be of us trying to free them?
Some would be grateful. Some are religiously fanatical about Lord Soth and would do anything to see
Protect him.
his goals succeed.
Would you say
Some
you have
have-
any friends that are tethered? Anyone who can help us with you that might know something more when we get into the keep?
I might. I would have to find
That's
them. I don't know where they are.
No, that's okay. That's
but
good though.
somewhere in the castle there are people who I was friendly with, yes.
Perfect. And it's in a cave. There's no cave systems that we could escape out of.
Well, they are, but you would have to get around the mountains on the other side.
Yes, of course.
It's a tough trek, but you could do it.
But we could get in and escape through a cave system.
Yes.
Worst comes to worst.
I mean, there's a million ways in and out. There's windows, there's...
Brilliant. That's good. No, that's good. I appreciate that.
It's the honestly, the hardest part about it is going to be getting up the mountain to the keep. Once you're actually at that level, there are broken windows. It's
You could lead us the same path that Isbin used to get to leave. We could follow that same path. If he could get in that way, then we can get out that
It's
way.
a
then we
tough
can
climb, but
certainly
yes.
get
And
out.
you know what? Actually, if there was a huge army or dragons, you would have probably seen it this morning.
I didn't know it. I mean, there's still forest, so like people could have been hidden by
Yeah.
trees. I only got a
True,
view
but
of the
not like a
keep.
large encampment of 1,000 strong or whatever was there.
you didn't see that.
No.
You just were able to see the keep above the trees.
But there's
There's
the
always
trees are in
chance.
the way, and if they're undead, they don't need campfires. So
Yeah. All right.
Is there a particular direction we should start heading to?
Just towards the keep if you just want to get there.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll have to see what the encampment below the mountain looks like. Ispin's path up was on the other side of that camp, so we would have to pass it somehow.
unless they've already marched out.
But we have to get there first before we can. We can't just make assumptions. We
No,
gotta
no,
get
I know,
there.
I know. I just
If they have marched out, that's a problem. But it would at least give us a clearer entrance.
Okay.
Okay. And as you say okay, you hear and you turn around and that skeleton is still looking at you. And
Hello.
he's just standing there.
do you know why they do that?
No, I don't. And you hear and a little bit off to the left there's another skeleton. Probably like 10 feet from him, just looking at you from behind. And as you start to turn around in a circle, you realize that there are skeletons in every single direction.
Fucking damn it!
And little skeleton heads peeking around trees.
Gross.
And then one takes a step towards you. And then they all start to. And they pick up the pace. And suddenly, from all directions, there are skeletons rushing at you.
Fuck.
Just making slight little...
Gross.
Which is crazy because they can't breathe. But we're going to come back to this
Damn it.
next time
Shit.
on Astral Dusk. We'll see you guys in a week.
Hey!
Which will also be a pre-tape. But thank you for being here. This has been fun. That was a lot of like information. I'm excited.
It was cool. That was good.
Yeah.
I had fun there.
Are you telling me we could have done all that in
Damn it.
Vogler? I just had talked to her.
You could have gotten a lot in Vogler, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of that, but definitely a lot of
Good,
it.
good little chunk.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
Fuck.
Because this is our version. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's from the book. Leara's,
Yeah, you did tell me that.
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Cool. Well, you guys have a little ghosty friend with you who has
That's pretty sick.
answers to a lot of your questions.
But
that's cool.
is not really gonna help us in a fight.
You don't know
She
that.
said she didn't say she wouldn't help.
You don't
us.
know yet.
No, she said she was an attendant.
Pulls out 2 fucking broadswords. And
Never mind.
I need to get people home because it is late here. So I'm going to say that my name's
Wild.
Nerdy and I'm the DM.
Rob Rizzo.
The Wrangling.
Claris Polaris.
Captain Krell.
All right, y'all. We will see you guys in a week with another pre-chat episode. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you all next time. Do something nerdy tonight. Bye-bye.
Bye 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 bye.